Oh, welcome. We are back and live with our Slaanesh This is Total War campaign, where we've declared war on everyone that we can find. And at the moment, things are going okay. We have a couple settlements over here in the distance that are having a bit of a... They're gonna need a little bit of defending. You know what? It's probably not much to be done over here. I guess we could probably fight a few battles here, but that's not super needed. Because instead, we're mostly focusing on these portal quests over here. So, yeah, we just need to collect 2 more Demon Prince souls, and then we should be good. And then we should be completely fine. I see we already have some people in chat today. Hello, Dave. Hello, Six Sock. Saying, how long, please? I have no idea what you're talking about for that. But yeah, overall, I think it's alright. All we have to do is mostly focus on this quest, and we should finish it in time. In terms of conquest, it seems like many of our efforts have been thwarted due to how hard these settlements are to attack. But otherwise things are looking pretty good. Oh, I know it's so echoey today. There we go, my blinds were open, yes. Glass windows are the bane for audio recording. Oh, what the? I have the chat showing up. Let me just turn that off. All right, but yeah, it's just gonna be a pretty chill session today. We're gonna try and get closer and closer to the end of this campaign so that we can dive into the next one, which will be a no demon soul campaign, basically focusing on just conquering. It's a weird Gordon Ramsay quote. No problem, man, no problem. But yeah, so as soon as we're done this one, I'm very excited to start the next campaign idea, which is gonna be, let me see, where is it? Yeah, so it's either gonna be Ogre Kingdoms, Cathay, or Kislev. We're not going to get any demon souls, and the goal is to annihilate every faction before they finish the main quest. Simple as that. Surely can't be that difficult, so we're gonna add a few extra modifiers on top of it. Mainly, we're going to have a modifier of either... Who knows? There's a few options, right? There's Noblars only. There's no recruitment, so like you're only allowed to use outposts. Or... Actually, well, those are the main ones. There's melee only Kislev, melee only Cathay. That sort of idea. So yeah, should be pretty cool, but for now I'd love to actually complete this campaign, as we haven't actually completed a single one yet. Should be quite good. Is this legendary? This is indeed legendary. Nicholas, hello. Happy to have you guys here. But yeah, this is a legendary campaign. It is the only difficulty I will probably ever play on, since I don't know, I just enjoy legendary difficulty too much, really. But yeah, that's just sort of my jam. But, okay, so starting off with this settlement battle. This is one of Skarbrand's last actual settlements. So, I'd love to take him off the map in this campaign today. If that's at all possible, that should make life a lot easier, since its armies are actually generally pretty hard to deal with. When are you getting the new PC from the Chaos Clash tournament? I'm not too sure yet. Yeah, I don't think they've actually sent it yet, because there's like, you know, they got to do packaging and stuff. And they have to put it together, presumably. I'm not too sure, but yeah, it looks like we're going to have to wait a little bit longer before that shows up, sadly. Love to watch my stream, but you're only playing ogres in Warhammer 3. You find demons unappealing. All right, peace out, Jonathan. Yeah, I know some people really don't like the demons. In fact, I think Falcon really doesn't like the demons. But overall, it's completely fine. I'll catch you on the next one, since I guess the next one is guaranteed not to be demons, so quite exciting. But yeah, I really wonder when that piece is gonna show up, though. I've just been sort of sitting around waiting for it, just sort of getting ready for it to show up. But CA is pretty busy right now, so they do have a lot on their plate. But man, oh man, it cannot come soon enough, because right now we're running with absolutely no shadows. Oh, we have another Jonathan. Oh my gosh, look at that. We got two Jonathans. You're the one that likes watching demons, I guess. That's amazing. Hey, look at that. We found we found two of them. Nice. Hey, Luperden, hello. You'll only be able to stay for an hour or so, unfortunately. You know, that's not too bad. I don't plan to have a super long stream today. Just so I can produce some videos. We're gonna be covering how this builds up, since it is actually a little bit more complicated than you might expect. So it should be pretty fun. Yeah, and then sometime after the video making. Well, actually, I'm sort of just right now, I'm bouncing between making videos and streaming constantly. It's a bit of a process, but we're getting there. Alright, what's this? I think they're summoning? No, that's just... that's not a summon. That's just a random flaming thing in the middle of the map. But alright, peace out, Jonathan. But yeah, overall, I think in this campaign, our goal is still to annihilate a few of our core enemies. Specifically, I think Cathay is actually a little bit troubling. Right now, Cathay has the highest chance of completing the main quest, right? By the looks of it. Oh wow, really? The single lord is stopping all of my cavalry from capping? Well, that's a shame. Alright, we'll have to make do then. Let's go ahead and get out of there. But yeah, so I'd love to take out my immediate enemies, so that being Scarbrand, and then we're going to try and hit up Cathay. Our last expedition there got defeated by some rice fields. You can see that in the VOD later, but essentially we fell to one of the bugs in the game, where if you go down one of the rice fields with a large scaled unit, they might just absolutely die for no reason, just because of I guess it counts as them like falling, or maybe they clip into the terrain and then that just causes them to insta die. I'm not sure about the specifics, but nevertheless, we're going to be real careful when we tread foot in Cathay from here on out. But it shouldn't be too difficult. The combination of Nakari plus my hero should be pretty strong overall. I think they'll be able to put up a pretty good fight in Cathay as long as we keep an eye out for that. Yeah, no, Rice is crazy OP, man. Yeah, it's specifically those like really spiked ridges. It seems like, yeah, and I've had other people say that ogres, like the ogre kingdoms, also can fall prone to that. So be super duper careful about maneuvering your units through there. Yeah, it can be dangerous, man. It's real dangerous. Alright, now how's this actual battle going? We did manage to cap this. That's pretty good. And I guess we just blitz the center now. There should be a fourth capture point somewhere over here. It's all the way in the back, so we got two options here. We'll either army loss them, or we're gonna take the capture points. I think we could just try going for both. You know, just pull my chariots over here since they're so damaged. And then we have a bunch of guys to capture the middle point. And then that way, if they don't get army lost right away, we should be able to win anyways. You've seen armies just marching past Cathay walls? Oh, that's janky, man. Yeah, that's real janky. You hope they can leverage something like that for Total War. What? Remember when Dota 2 programmers got slaughtered by OpenAI? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, good old, it wasn't Dota 2 programmers, right? It was like an actual Dota team, right? Yeah, AI is insane, but I don't think we're ever gonna get something like that for Warhammer. It's a pretty big undertaking to set up AI for a game, especially an AI like that's accessible for a research team. But I've put in multiple times as feedback for CA to add an API so that we can code our own battle AI. Hopefully, you know, well, they've definitely seen my message, but hopefully they're tempted to do it. Alright, sorry, just pouring myself some water. Don't mind me. Remember to stay hydrated, folks. But yeah, with Total War, the thing is you need, the big problem is that you need to add an API, which is essentially a way for programmers to talk to the game and to tell the AI what to do. And Just because that's quite a bit of work. I don't think CA is ever gonna add something like that, sadly. But like I said, I'd be very interested in seeing that, and I will continue pushing for it until the end of time. Well, that's the thing. You don't need to make good AI to allow people to access yours. That's the fancy part. Let's see, what are we gonna do here? Random rebel army. I guess these guys can start doubling back to deal with that. Let's see, I should probably also juice up this army a tiny bit. I guess we'll just stick with Marauders. But yeah, AI is still really hard, but I'd love to see other people take a crack at it. Because I'm sure, you know, like, the community knowledge is insane. They can really just, they can come up with anything if needed. Or, you know, when given the right tools, really. Okay, now what are we going to do over here? We got this Nurgle army over here. I'm going to try and catch them in an ambush. This probably won't work, but, you know, just in case, we might as well go for the ambush. And then I might just spawn in an extra army to help in this battle. That seems like probably the best idea here. Yeah, and that's actually a mechanic I should probably use a little bit more liberally, shouldn't I? Since it is essentially just free units. So, cool. And we got 6 turns before we go bankrupt. Very good. But yeah, hopefully we don't run into too many problems in this campaign. One thing that I do have to worry about is getting Nakari's army back up to snuff. Oh, look at that. We actually got the ambush. Dang, that's good. But yeah, I need to get Nakari's army back up to snuff for the next portal event. We don't want to be failing too many of those. Otherwise, we'll get totally outpaced. And then we also need to prepare for the Cathay invasion. So there's quite a bit. There's quite a bit to look at here. Yeah, if you guys have seen Age of Empires 2, it's pretty cool. There's like there's AI tournaments basically. Just excuse me, sorry. They have AI tournaments where essentially you just pit people's AI against each other. It's great. And there's like a bunch of tools that people have made to make it easier to program. Like, you know, to make your own AI. It's quite nice. And yeah, having something like that for Warhammer would be great, because the community would just constantly build on top of it. It could be pretty good. But like I said, skeptical that we'll ever see something like that. Alright, now how do we actually time this engagement? Well, I guess if we just do 2 hotkey groups like this, and then give it a 1 and a 2, they should auto-acquire targets pretty well. That's the hope anyways. Yeah, there's a few botched attack commands, but otherwise looks like it's working pretty well. The AI is also going to be suffering from a pretty big debuff due to the fact that they are recently ambushed. And let's see, where is that? Yeah, over here. Ambushed for 42 seconds. It's just a constant debuff on them that slowly degrades over time. So it encourages you to be more aggressive. But yeah, it looks like we've more or less done it. These guys just have taken an insane amount of damage. And not only that, it seems like they're trying to run to this escape point, which, while cool, is not gonna exactly save them here. Maybe just their lord is gonna make it out, but I don't think anything else is. Alright, well that went really well. In fact, I think this guy might even crumble away. No, he's gonna barely make it out while crumbling. Man, what a guy. Abandons his entire army. You'd like to see someone make a horrible cheese kiting AI for multiplayer? Yeah, someone would definitely do something like that. Yeah, it'd be quite strong too. You can't imagine, like, why are we talking about Vegemite? Are you a peanut butter guy or a jam guy when it comes to toast? Ooh, I think if I had to go plain, I think jam plain, like an only peanut butter sandwich is a bit too intense. It's a little bit dry for my taste. I haven't tried Vegemite, but I heard it's sort of like what Vegemite's sort of like, is it like soy sauce or is it like fish sauce? Because I feel like I heard somewhere that Vegemite is like one of the sauces in Asian cuisine. So I might have an idea of what it tastes like, despite never eating it. But yeah, I prefer jam. It adds that little bit of hydration. Alright, but here we go. Things are pretty good. We've managed to clear out that army over there. We got these guys. We can just hit them up in a turn. And oh wow, they're actually... wow, this guy just has totally destroyed his faction. So essentially, because he's barely outside of the settlement, what we can do is we can attack him and then he'll draw out the rest of the settlement. We could also... let's see, you know what? Yeah, let's spawn the second army in. So now we have the second army. They're going to park right beside them so they can assist in this battle. Oh, no, he retreats. Oh, okay. We can still fight him anyways, but you sort of have to maneuver around a bit. And then while my main army goes for the settlement, then the other army can go and hit up the other minor settlements. And then we should be good to go. Nice. Predictions for DLC, I would say Chaos Dwarves. I would hope for Chaos Dwarves, more like, but I don't have any inside knowledge. That's just sort of, you know, because I thought Chaos Dwarves were going to be here on release. So, yeah, it sort of makes sense that they'd be next. Especially given that they take up the majority of the middle of the map, which is pretty barren right now. So, I feel it's just like, it's a perfect fit, isn't it? Somewhat like soy. Okay, your Norwegian friend said it could be good on rice. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, I could see myself, you know, probably not hating Vegemite. Would I love it? Probably not, but, you know, that's for other people to think of. Honestly, I would eat bread and soy sauce. That's not too terrible of an idea. All right, now this supporting army doesn't heal, so I want to be a little bit careful about taking too many fights with them. But, oh, wait a second. Is this? Oh, he's not getting reinforced by the settlement. Wait, no, is he? No, he is. Okay, they're just way in the back. I thought there was like just an entire hidden army or something. I was so confused. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just these guys. All right. Whoopsie daisies. Let's go ahead and reform ranks real quick. Vegemite is poison food. You know, I'm not too surprised that people feel that way. Although, for most people that do know me, I do feel pretty, what's the right word? I don't generally have very strong opinions either way about a lot of things. But yeah, have you guys, how many people in chat have tried out Vegemite though? And how many people in chat have tried out Vegemite and soy sauce? Because that's really the only comparison I have. I can't really, don't really have any other idea about it. Also nice, we just killed off their lord because he suicided into my soul grinders. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Although that is a bit weird because he's still alive over there, so I don't know why this army was suffering the lord loss penalty, but whatever, I'll take it. Surely though, once we kill this guy, then the rest should crumble away fairly quickly. Indifferent? Yeah, indifferent is, yeah, that's more like it. Yeah. Generally, I'm not too much of an opinionated man overall. Okay, nice. So the Lord is down. Pretty good. Let's send in the cavalry. We want to make sure we're shutting down the... oh, what's it? Those exalted plague bearers, I think they're called. Yeah, the exalted plague bearers. We want to shut them down so that they don't get their range shots off, because that's probably by far the most threatening thing in this battle. Everything else can sort of just grind in melee. And while they will trade decently, like you see we are losing a few units of cavalry, it's not too much of a bad trade as long as we're not getting shot at. Why isn't there a mini-map? Because we're on Legendary, which doesn't have a mini-map. Yeah, it just automatically disables at the start of the battle. Okay, nice. Army losses. Wonderful. Not bad, not bad. Now, I just have to hope I have enough movement range so I can actually capture the settlement. Because we might not. I might have used too much of my movement range to catch this army out. And then that means that they'll get a turn of replenishment, which is sort of bad for me. At Enticity, pretty out of nowhere question. What change would you make to Croxagores to make them good? Well, I'd probably just give them more damage, right? Just make them a little bit more of a DPS unit rather than a tanky unit. This is, well, I think in domination mode they're probably better now. But the main problem in land battles, so sort of open field battles, is that it really focuses on high DPS. In fact, domination sort of focuses a lot on high DPS too. Ah, dang it, we don't have enough range. Well, I guess the garrison's just gonna have to heal up a bit. That's a shame. But yeah, I would say generally the game favors units with high DPS instead of tanky units. You see the same thing with Treekin. So that's sort of what you really want to be careful of. Yeah, and like units that sort of just stay in combat for a long time but don't really trade well are not very useful in general. The only exception is as a point holder in domination mode, but even then, like Nurgle is not great in domination, even though he can hold the point for very long. You need damage, or you need to trade well in general. Or, you know, alternatively, just make them way cheaper. And then that's also a way to make them trade cost effectively. Okay, nice. Upgrading is done. Is this on very hard battle difficulty? It is. Yeah, I play on max. It's the only way I've ever played the game. I just enjoy it. Okay, now here's the thing. We got this army over here. There's quite a bit of distance we need to travel to get to the last settlement for Scarbrand. And then we should be able to take him out. No problem. Also, what the? Why does it say... Apparently Cathay and Greasus are still in the realms of chaos? That's interesting. I didn't know you could do that. I guess you only get kicked out when another faction takes a soul. How interesting. Alright, now, can I recruit... Yeah, Nakar is still wounded for one more turn, but you should be able to pop back over here next turn. Which means what we can do, we can attack this army with this one to shoo them away, and then use Nakari to sort of hold the fort over here. At least that's gonna be the plan. Oh, what the? Level 10? Who is this? Man, she gained like 1,000,000 levels, or I think she just gained 1,000,000 levels from those, from the ambush and the settlement fight. Dang. Well, I'll take it. We'll take the Pit of Shades. Nice. All right. Alright, let's go to the next turn. Oh, actually, one thing I could do, I could give her 6% campaign movement range. Maybe it works now? I don't know, let's see. Because then if she can reach a settlement, then we're good. Hey, greetings. Hello, Rabs. Hello, hello.
Depravity reigns.
It worked! Oh my gosh, it actually worked. Amazing. Yes, we're gonna take that settlement. Oh my goodness, a tier 4 settlement. Dang, that's good. Oh my gosh. So before, in the early access that was bugged, it wouldn't actually give you the extra movement. But it seems like they finally fixed that. Oh my goodness, that's good. What is this? Gemstones? Okay. It gives devotees, so I guess I'll take it. And then we'll get some growth and replenishment rate. Awesome. That is great for us. What's it? 5% ward save, because that would be extra cool. Let's see what you mean by that. You've been very successful as Khorne with 2 cultist halberds. Yeah, that's generally a pretty good build. The cultists are great for shutting down gun lines. Sunglasses should reduce fire damage. That's an idea. It's an idea. I'll send that in as feedback to CA. All right. Warhammer 1 and 2 races are present in this campaign. They are. Yeah, they're present in the campaign, but they don't. But they're unplayable. You can sack and capture, yes, if you have enough movement to do so. It'll give you extra money, but it decreases the settlement by 2. Since sacking decreases its level by 1, and occupying also reduces its level. So you do lose out a little bit. Yeah, and the buildings will be crazy damaged, so it's not always the best situation ever. But okay. Here we go. Let's keep moving with this army. We're gonna pop on all the way over here. And we're gonna resummon Nakari. Now, one thing I should check first. I think my... Let's see, where is that? I should have a caster somewhere. Is she still wounded? No, she's all the way over here. Which tells me I should probably spawn Nakari in this area instead. To actually, yeah, I'm gonna spawn Nakari in here so that I can actually get my caster in there, since that's sort of the most important thing for me right now, to make sure that they're grouped up together. And then we're also going to spawn some cults, some good old cults, make a few extra buildings to get a tiny bit more income, and then we're basically set on that front. Are melee infantry any more viable? They feel about the same, maybe a little bit more viable, I don't know. I've always felt like melee infantry do fine enough. But like they can still have a hard time in overall. Okay, nice. I guess we'll go for the money. The Wood Elves died, yeah, I saw the notification. The Wood Elves got wiped out sometime earlier. Enticity, for Cathay, do you think you could have the Lord Magistrate in a Sky Lantern with his Mortis engine on flying units? His flying unit Mortis engine is actually pretty terrible. I would not use it. Yeah, I would give a hard no on using that. It's so the big problem with his Lantern Mortis engine, it doesn't do a lot of damage and it targets one unit at a time. That's sort of its biggest issue. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, isn't it? But that's him. It's as good as it gets. All right, nice. So Nakari now has just an absolutely decked out army. We can get rid of this Lord for now. She'll come back later. That might have ruined our supply lines, but it's fine. And over here, we're going to start making our way towards this here settlement. Looks like they stuck with the absurd melee stats. So the melee stats are tuned down a little bit. They're not as crazy as they were before, but it's still a bit of a difficult... It's still a bit difficult to actually get your melee forces trading effectively. Unless you're getting some really cool cycle charges. Okay, nice. So we've taken over a decent amount of space for ourselves. Our income is hurting a tiny bit. Probably because of this army over here. And then this one that's just recruiting right now. But we do have 3 turns, so a few settlements sacked should be able to keep our economy stable. I see there's a rebellion somewhere over here. Okay, that's not too much of a problem, right? I guess I should get me some walls over here, since this army's marching out. Can you just click one unit and then control group the other? Yes. Yeah, I could have selected all of them, but I was sort of contemplating how many to transfer over and which ones. Yeah, I was a little bit inefficient there, but you know, whatever. Yeah, you know, you can shift click them. You think underground units would be pretty cool? What do you mean by underground units? Underground units as in like units that can burrow? That would be an idea. All right. Now, how do I feel about this fight? Looks a little bit sketchy. I'd love to get my cultists in here. So let's try and make some room for her. See, the thing is, we're not going to have any movement range if we do embed her. And then that's going to ruin our sack and occupy plan. So we'll just play this battle instead, without the cultists, and add them in after. All right, now this army's pretty scary, especially given how injured we are. The main thing that we're gonna have to focus on probably is, I don't know, we could try to capture all the points, but this map's actually pretty hard for that just because of all the choke points. Alternatively, we just rush in and give them a good fight. We do have an Exalted Keeper of Secrets, so that wouldn't be impossible. Oh, nice. So it's like an underground stealth unit. That would be something. The thing is, it's a little bit hard to pull off since, unless they can move while underground, that'd be a bit weird. Although there are, like, you know, if we're talking about tabletop sort of burrowing rules, where we had miners spawning and presumably clan rats too, that's technically already in the game in the form of summons. So I don't know if that's sufficient for you, but yeah, that's how that works. Okay, so we're just going to have most of them over here by putting our army in this corner, and then we're just gonna burst in through the other side. Seems like a good enough plan. Stock requires you to approach and is weak to lizardmen primal instincts. See, wouldn't burrowing also be weak to primal instincts? I feel like it would be. You know, there's no true difference on that. I don't know, it's a mechanic. I don't know which faction would actually use it effectively though, since the Warhammer universe and lore doesn't really fit them in. But you know, if you ever catch wind of it, who knows? Maybe one day we'll get some cool burrowers. Alright, so there's one capture point. That's going to increase our melee attack by a little bit. And now we're going to start hunting down some blue horrors. Is Slaanesh your favorite faction? It is! Nice. You're the first one to ask that one specifically. Most people ask which faction is my favorite. I like that slight twist, since you've guessed or you've read correctly. Alright, nice. So here's the plan. We're going to grab our cavalry. We're going to send them in to capture these further points, thus increasing our weapon strength, or not our weapon strength, but our melee attack. And then we should be able to take this fight quite confidently. Now, I know I am losing a few of my chariots over here. That is definitely unintended. A little bit of a misplay there, but we should still be fine. Over here, looks like a point should be captured in a second. And then I can loop around the back side over here with my cavalry to get the rest. That should actually work quite well, because then they can capture this one and then this one. And then it's just a matter of picking up the middle. And that one's going to be a little bit more difficult to take, but shouldn't be too much of a problem, I think. Especially with all these blue horrors sort of distracted for a bit. I don't know, we'll see.
Sensation gives me a strength.
Based on your tournament entries and Slaanesh being your favorite campaign, it was a good bet. Nice. Yeah, so you've actually seen a bit of my other few of the other things that I do. That's cool. All right, nice. Let's get those cavalry units over there in the back. Let's see, this choke point is a bit nasty because the blue horrors are shooting at us. I'd love to rout off these Chaos Knights first, though. And then I'm going to dive into the back with my Exalted Keeper. And that should be able to stop these guys from shooting at me. There we go. Come on, Chaos Knights. Go down. Just die. Yeah, they're almost there. I think a few more spells should do it. But Exalted Keeper is finally in there. Right in the cookie jar, as Turin would say it. At least I think Turin says that. And we should be okay. I don't know. Exalted's taking a lot of damage. I have to be really careful about that, especially since they don't heal very much. Yeah, let's just avoid all those shooty guys and just wait for the cavalry to show up instead. Man, those Forsaken are really doing a good job at locking me up. That's sort of our biggest problem right now. Just getting bogged down by Forsaken. This flank looks like it should be able to collapse in quite well, though. What I don't like is that focus fire on my keeper. I really do not want to lose them. Let's see, I guess if we... Ah, man, I'd love to kill off their lord, but we cannot stay there any longer. Oh my goodness. I think we have Unbreakable, though, which does help. And a little bit of dodging will go a long way. I think the keeper should be able to live. Although, man, was that sketchy. That was very sketchy. Usually you watch me on Turin's channel. Oh, nice. Nice, well, happy to have you here. Okay, anyway, so Keeper of Secrets is in a rough place. Here's the thing. These blue horrors and these choke points are really giving us a run for our money. I guess we can still give a bit of support with our spells and such. But the big problem is that we don't have any easy access to healing. Now, when units are routing near the Keeper, it will cause a bit of, it will heal a little bit. So if these guys are out of ammunition, we might be able to pull off some miracles. But overall, we just have to be very careful. Is Spawn of Slaanesh a good unit to get? Generally, it's okay. Yeah, they're alright. Okay, nice. I think we have a little pocket over here that we can actually attack. So let's try and go over there and heal up our Keeper of Secrets. I do have to be careful about these towers too. We'll be getting into range of a few of them. Oh my goodness, 28 HP? Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, that is low. That is very low. Alright. That's like one of my own spells could probably kill me here. But if we can just get one of these units to start routing. Oh, and the Keeper of Secrets dies. Oh, that's terrible. Alright. Well, it was a good fight. It was a good fight. Oh my gosh. That like one moment where we got the huge volley from the enemy really ruined us there. Oh my goodness. We totally could have won that too, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll make do. We were going to run out of money anyway, so I had to get rid of that army at some point. But dang, oh, I would have loved to have sacked that settlement. That was painful. Brutality. Oh my goodness. That 28 HP, way too low. Oh man. Alright, alright. It was a good one. It was a good one, army. Well, now we have 5 turns of money before we're out of cash. The thing is, though, the weird thing about this campaign is that you really don't worry about losing units too much or armies, since you only have to focus on the Demon Soul quest line, you know? I feel like that sort of diminishes needing to go out and conquer a lot. Although, man, I wish we'd been able to win that battle. But we'll move on. We'll trek forwards. Nakar is going to take this settlement. And then we should be good to go. Let's see, what else do I want here? Extra money? Sure, why not? You were playing Kislev on very hard, just normal battle strength, and you feel like each turn has been a struggle. Kislev can be pretty difficult for sure. The main thing that I would recommend is probably either you want to take a lot of field battles and use your chariots to sort of bounce around and skirmish against the AI, or you go for something like oh, I forgot, making buildings uses up a lot of money too. Yeah, so you can sort of do a lot of skirmishing with the chariots, and you only need tier 3 to get them too, so it's pretty easy and pretty fast and easy to get them. It's either that or I guess that's basically one of the best strategies for Kislev in general. You know, you can go a mass infantry style and just shoot things to death too. And that's sort of your way to bust down settlements. I'd also recommend taking out Clan Molder as fast as you can before they build up. I heard they can be a bit of a problem. But yeah, those are sort of my main tips.
Shall be done.
Still waiting for early spring. What's coming early spring? Oh, the Mac OS release. Nice. It's too bad they're not coming out at the same time though. That's unfortunate. All right, here we go. We got let's see here. Got a fairly sizable Nurgle army. It's mostly Nurglings though. You could have won that easily, man. Oh yeah, I know I could have won that battle. Yeah, I just I thought we had it won a bit earlier, so I thought we could just sort of blitz our way through. Yeah, it's fine though. We'll move on. You don't need every army to live, guys. Clan Molder died quickly in your playthrough? Oh, nice. Instead, it's just Norskins. Yeah, they can be quite a pain. Their infantry is brutal, too. can still win most of the time. They're all shielded. Yeah. You gotta be a bit careful around them. Okay, now how do we want to play this one out? I guess we'll just bait them into this more open area for my cavalry to flank. You know what? I don't really need to wait for them to come to me. In fact, you know, this angle seems okay. I could just ignore these guys too, and then take the fight over here. This seems a little bit better in my eyes, since we can sort of get a few free picks before the fighting actually gets started. Yeah, that seems all right. They do take a little while to crumble away though, which is a little bit of a problem. All right, let's keep pulling away with these guys. All right, and what do we want to do over here? I'd love to get some charges in the back, but we've accidentally positioned ourselves in just the worst place for our cavalry to get damage. But I think over here on these frogs, we should be able to get a few nice charges in. And then I guess I'll grab this pocket to start moving their way around. Not sure if you're aware of the disband Lord supply thing. Yes, yeah, I'm aware of it. I'm not too worried about it in general though, since we have enough money where it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Like what, it's only 1% extra income, right? Like, if you compare that to Warhammer 1 Legendary difficulty, and how much of an effect the supply lines had on that, this is nothing, you know, just getting a few extra percent. Yeah, so I'm not worried in the slightest. Okay, now here's one of the problems that we have. These exalted plague bearers are going to be rather tanky. I don't know how easily we grind up against them. I guess we'll just see how well our cycle charging does. But I think primarily we want our chariots to be hitting these guys up. I don't know, exalted plague bearers are a little bit scary. Of course, we can get a lot of surrounds on them too. But out of all the infantry, they are extremely tanky. You can see 49 melee defense, just an insane amount of HP. But everything else should go down pretty quickly. And then I think with some cycle charging, if we can get them to start crumbling, then we'll be fine. But yeah, the supply lines bug is in a long campaign, that one's actually going to be a little bit scarier. So after we finish this one, and we're going to be getting into like the sort of hundreds and hundreds of turns, it's probably going to start having a much bigger effect and could potentially make life quite difficult. We'll sort of see how that actually goes down. Okay, plague bearers are slowly whittled down. Let's see, those are just nurglings that are crumbling. Oh man, this battle is a little bit sketchy. Especially given that I don't have too many chariots left. It means that my sort of main source of amplifying damage here is getting weaker. That's a little bit sketchy. I do still have infantry though, so hammer and anvil should still be on the table for me. Let's see, how's this fight going over here? I guess we have their casters that we need to kill. I don't know if my lord is strong enough to take them out, but I guess that's what we're going to figure out right now. Let's see, you know, probably can't win against a caster and a hero, right? Probably can't. Yeah, we'll have to play this one a little bit more careful, I think, by disengaging and taking out one unit at a time. Otherwise, we might get a repetition of that last battle. Alright, still though, pretty good charge. Pretty good charge. I'm not a fan of my lord dying though. Oh man, I think she got a bit too mucked up in combat. Can I save her? That's a big question. She's not going to be much of an important fighter, but just as a source of leadership, she's going to be quite important. And hey, look at that, we do manage to save her. Very nice. Alright, but here's sort of here's the situation, guys. Here's the situation. This army is way too strong right now to take a clean fight against. We're probably going to have to split them off into groups and then single them out and take them out that way. Since, yeah, there's just a few too many guys left. So we'll start off with these plague drones and sort of go from there. Supply lines in Immortal Empires would be a nightmare. Yeah, it would be. So, like, the main campaign right now is fairly short, but what is it? It's like every time you you make a new lord, it's just a permanent 1% to supply lines. Is that how it works? Like if you lose a lord in combat, does it do the same thing or what? I don't actually know the specific details of it, so please do let me know. I'd love to hear it. Okay, what's this? Spawn of Nurgle. Okay, that's a little bit of an issue, isn't it? I can hit them up with my infantry, but we don't have any cavalry nearby to really catch them just yet. This is a little bit of a sketchy-ish position, but it looks like my infantry is actually doing pretty well against the spawn. So that's quite nice. If they die, it gets rid of the bug. Okay, so it's just disbanding. That's not nearly as bad then. Yeah, that's fine. You can work with that. Okay, nice. So, well, actually less nice. Most of our infantry is getting caught up. There's a chance that we'll get pushed into army losses here. I'm sort of just hoping that that doesn't happen. We sort of really jammed ourselves into a corner here, but as long as I have a few units of cavalry, I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and start pulling these guys away. And then we can hopefully find ourselves in a more open area. Yeah, these guys have to sort of try slipping out. This unit of marauders is going to have to die for the cause to buy ourselves our escape. But their leadership is holding quite well, so it should be okay for us. Yeah. So it seems like the bug's definitely manageable as long as you know about it. That's good at least. So in a longer campaign, you can sort of intentionally lose lords and you should be good. Okay, so the marauders are out. We got some exalteds over here that we need to disengage from. So first things first, we're just gonna do a full pull away. Gonna recuperate a little bit, and then we're gonna figure out which units we can actually pick off. I'd love to get into a more open area first. We do have a bunch of cavalry, and we have our chariots. Given a good enough surround, we should be able to crumble most of these guys, although they do have pretty nice leadership. Becomes a big problem after Confederation. Yeah, you have to get rid of most of your lords, right, for that to work out. Okay, so I do see there are a couple Nurglings over here that we can catch out. Seems like a good enough plan for me. And then our balance of power should get a little bit more in our favor, so we don't straight up dive into army losses. All right, there we go. One Nurgling at a time. Okay, what do we want to hit next? The rest of these are Plague Bearers and an Exalted Plague Bearer. Actually, pretty scary. But I do see an Exalted over here that we can take out too. And then the rest of these guys, except for the heroes, shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's go ahead and try hunting these guys first though. Now these guys are a little bit more sketchy. They do still have a lot of melee defense, I think. No, it's actually, I think it's still recharging. Okay, it's not too bad. So, yeah, the goal is just to get as many charges in the back as possible. Right now they're facing upwards. They're going to try and countercharge the unit that was diving in towards them. And then we can just move in with the rest of our cavalry. And it seems like that should get a good amount of damage, especially with the charge bonus and them being fully surrounded. Yeah, okay, there we go. Lots of damage on them. Very, very good. Okay. We may have a chance yet. This unit of Exalteds too managed to split off. We can go ahead and grab them. And then so shall begin our comeback in this battle. Okay, there we go. Another very good charge. Actually, these guys held up a little bit better, but they're still going down. Nice. Balance of power going slightly more in our favor, I think. This is good. And I think he's just, yeah, Nurgle's just spamming slows on me, so that's fine. Okay, next up are these guys. Oh boy. Oh man, how far have we fallen? Okay, so these guys have more HP, but they don't have, they're not exalted. So less melee defense and less, and less HP overall. Nice, and pretty good. I don't know, those chariots didn't do nearly as much damage as I would have hoped. What's that? Another big slow? That's sort of fine. And honestly, I think the chariot sort of mucked up our charge because we didn't get too many impact hits on them. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe we should hit them with the cavalry first and then the chariots. This is your first ever Warhammer. Oh, nice. That's cool. What's it? What am I looking for in combat to minimize losses? Generally, range units is the way to go. Range units use ammunition to deal damage, and melee units use HP to deal damage. And because ammunition replenishes after the end of the battle, that's generally your safer bet. But yeah, good matchups are also important too, but sort of the easiest way to start off Warhammer is to go for builds that really use a lot of range. But you know, don't feel dissuaded from using melee units. You can definitely get good value on them too. And something that a very important trait that you want is casualty replenishment. You'll find that on heroes when you put them in your army, and you'll also find them as abilities. That it's just it's a very good way to heal up after battles. But yeah, don't worry about formations too much though. Those are only useful in sort of much later situations. Alright, so while we wait, these guys don't seem too keen on splitting up. That's good for them, bad for us. But I will be able to at least sort of poke away with my chariots a little bit. Okay, I don't know how much damage we're taking on the charge, but... Oh, there we go. There's the army losses. Ah, dang it. Dang it. I guess we wouldn't have had a way to kill the heroes either, but that's a bit too bad, isn't it? Yeah, Cathay is a really nice intro faction. They have a pretty good auto-resolves too, so that's quite nice. Yep. Oh yeah, and it teaches you to put your units sort of closely together. You know, front line of melee and then back line. Yeah, that army loss has really kicked in, but it was sort of, we had it coming for us. Man, lots of losses today though. Brutal. Brutal. At least we have Nakari's army up and running though. What's this? Thwart? Peace treaty? No way. Yeah, in general, what you want to do to avoid blobbing up in a... What is this? This is just... This is my settlement super far away. We don't need it. Yeah, if you want to avoid blobbing, if you hit G, you can group your units together. And then there's a little lock button that you can click, and that makes it so that they move forwards in formation. It's a very useful way to help manage your army when you're getting used to the game. Alright, what's this? Random, not Kairos, but random bird army. We can take it out. And this time we have Nakari, so there's no way we're gonna lose this one. No way. Alright. So what do we have? Just a couple of units of cavalry. I think Nakari should be able to mostly win this on his own. Alright, let's put him in the back over here. Grab Nakari and just dive on in. Let's dive on into the feast. It's mostly cavalry. Oh, they went invisible. Yeah, it's mostly cavalry. We just have to make sure that our own guys don't get charged by them, and we should be good to go. I don't think Nakari's at any risk of being sniped either, right? Yeah. Alright, sweet. I guess we might as well throw down a few spells in there too. Okay, and with that initial blob sort of formed up, now we can actually move on in. Man, that bird is getting a lot of spells on our guys though, but still though we should be fine. Let's go ahead and hit him with the debuffs. Focus fire him with Nakari and we should be fine. What do you think of the Demon Prince customization? I think it's great. Yeah, it seems really fun. I played a quick campaign using that and I had a very good time. Yeah, I think the Demon Prince faction is probably one of the best factions to start with. If you are... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The end of battle spells are too strong. Oh, well, we got sort of wrecked there, but it's fine. Yeah, the Demon Prince faction, I think, is the best demon faction to start. if you're new to Warhammer. Why did CA remove chat options in multiplayer battles? I have no idea, but you know, whatever. It's not like I was getting a lot of value off of chat, but yeah. It is a bit strange though. You want to get into multiplayer, so you don't want to use a crutch and get used to it. What crutch are you talking about? Are you talking to Klein? Alright, what's it? Oh, playing on slow-mo, I see. Yeah, you know, you can get by without using slow-mo too, but yeah, the thing is, for multiplayer, campaign doesn't really help you that much for multiplayer. I would recommend instead to just play multiplayer, you know, and pretend campaign is totally different. They're just such different beasts that you can't reliably transfer skills.
Name it, and it shall.
It's a bit weird in that way. Okay, now what are we doing over here? I guess I'd love to take back these settlements. There's also a rebellion army here that we have to deal with. And this army is super far away. Oh, no. Let's see. I guess if we march through here, we should be able to get here in like 3 turns. I guess that's fast enough for me. But yeah, for me, I've never played anything other than Legendary and very hard. So you can definitely get by as long as you're a little bit of a masochist. If you can roll with the punches, you should be fine. Zinch has really good auto-resolve. Oh, nice. I wonder why. I have no idea how auto-resolve calculations are actually done. Anyone know why I can't force Vassal Cathay as Slaanesh? I'm not sure. I've seen the vassalization appear sort of after attacking their last settlement, but I don't actually know how it works exactly. Okay, what's this? Yeah, so they are actually getting those souls. Dang, Cathay and the Ogre Kingdoms are going for it. That's not good. Now, Ogre Kingdoms isn't as bad, but Cathay has to be shut down, because they're 1 soul away from just winning the campaign outright. That's not good at all. How am I supposed to outpace them? I guess I don't know. Has anyone dealt with this yet? Does anyone know what the strat is to stop other factions from claiming souls? Like, we could just attack Cathay. But if they jump into the last portal, do we just insta-lose? I think I heard somewhere that we insta-lose if we're not careful. In the news tab, they said a chat function will come eventually. That's strange, because it's definitely something you can just toggle on or off. Maybe there's something like super broken with it, but that's really weird. If you kill Cathay, you get their souls. Interesting. Well, we're gonna have to kill them real fast. And they do have a lot of provinces too. I'm a little bit worried. If we beeline it straight towards them, I can shut them down before they become too much of an issue. I don't know, that's real sketchy. You heard there's an intervention mechanic where when they get 4 souls and then that delays them by some turns. Okay, we'll see. I guess we'll see. Yeah, so this is the challenge that we're doing right now is we have to declare war on everyone. There's no trade, there's no diplomacy at all, only war. It's a pretty fun challenge. This is like sort of the generic challenge that we like to roll with. Okay, at least this stack is pretty strong. I think once this stack actually makes it to Cathay, we should be able to roll over them pretty well. But time is definitely of the essence, for sure. The vassalization is either on cooldown or it's a playable. Oh, huh. Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah, I haven't really experimented with Slaanesh's vassalization stuff at all, so I don't know too much about it, but I would trust chat. They're usually pretty on point. Okay, so we should be able to army loss these guys in a second here. I think so anyways. Just a few more spells and we should be good. Yeah. This is the grimdark, the even more grimdark version of Warhammer. Nice, there's the army losses. Okay. All right. Man, we actually still took a bit of damage on our fiends. It's a good thing they're pretty low model count, so after the battle they don't take as much damage as they would have. But yeah, I guess we can just beeline it to Cathay right now with Nakari's army. I'll still have to sort of settle a bunch of settlements, but we might be able to make it there fast enough. Because what, we have like 25 turns before the next Urson Roar event. And then maybe from there we'll be alright. Let's try that. Let's just try it out. Let's beeline it to Cathay with Nakari. One big problem though is that we don't have a lot of healing. And actually that's what this cultist is for. We should get this cultist, embed it into Nakari's army, and then use that for our main healing. We have one army for home defense. Should be good enough. Alright. Speed. Speed is the name of the game, guys. Let's see. Can I get a few more growth buildings here? I guess I'll take one. Why not? Oh, Luperden, thank you very much for the $2 saying, I'm off, have fun, seducing the rice fields. I'll try my best, but they are very stalwart. Thank you very much, though, for the $2. How does the other factions gather souls work lore-wise? Oh, yeah, I have no idea. Maybe the advisor just gets around. I don't know. It's a bit weird. It's sort of like the same as the Vortex campaign, where it doesn't really make that much sense. But you know, whatever. Maybe they're just doing their own thing without the help of the advisor. That checks out, right? Alright, so we do have a rebellion over here. The garrison's gonna finish in 2 turns. I think it'll be done in time. And Nakari's just going to start working his way through here. We did just kill this Tzeentch army, so we might be able to take the settlement. Yeah, they're still recruiting, so that's a good opportunity to take that settlement. And then this army can deal with the rebellion. Alright. Pretty alright. Oh, we're running out of money rapidly. Alright. Let's see, I guess we're gonna have to sack this settlement. But that's totally fine with me. Oh hey, we finally have another army to declare war on. Would you look at that? But yeah, turns should be going by pretty quickly since we're just managing the 2 armies. It's the book of the advisor. He stores well, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, how do they actually hold on to the souls? I guess that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Okay, what's this? Is this which settlement is this? The Folly of Malofex. Well, you know what, we can win this battle, so I guess I'll play it. Supply lines bug rearing its head? I don't think so. We're not. I think it's just because my armies are crazy expensive. Because the supply lines only account for like what, 1,000 gold? That's basically it. But okay, let's see how we can actually win this battle. We want to stall these guys up for a bit, make some very powerful towers, and then sort of defend that location. Oh, Nightbot. What's it? Stop spamming caps. All right. How many caps was in the message? That's what I want to know. Because I'm sort of still tuning up the Nightbot. It can sometimes be a little bit trigger happy, you know. He's new on the job, excited to moderate, and is just sort of deleting everyone. So yeah, well, we're sort of just monitoring that situation. All right, let's go over here. If it was like, you know, 1,000,000 caps, then it's warranted, but otherwise, most of the time, Nightbot has been too aggressive with its banning. Supply lines is a percentage cost, yes.
Givers of delight,
Let's see. Well, yeah, it increases based on how big my armies are, but it also increases based on, just based on how many armies I actually have standing. That's what increases the percentage. So it's sort of a mix of the two. Okay, so wow, that's actually a lot of summons over there. Let's see if we can actually kill off this Bloodthirster. He's dived straight for my lord and is doing insane amounts of damage. My goodness, can we get this guy to stop killing my lord? That would be very much appreciated. And over here, we're going to build a tower there in a second. Oh my goodness, yeah, he really went, he just beelined it for my lord. What a play. All right. By the way, guys, the AI is a lot more aggressive towards your lords now, so do keep them safe. That was a bit of a misplay there from me. You were just trying to stay for the Great Awa. Yeah. I'll probably tune down the Nightbot after the stream. The big thing is that the streams and there's not that many people in chat, right? So moderation is pretty easy to do on a case-by-case basis. So we can mostly just do that. Okay, now can we actually kill off this Bloodthirster? That's sort of what makes or breaks this situation. I also need to distract these Chaos Warriors from capping my points. So let's go ahead and grab my chariots and start looping around to them. What's this? T-Holler thing. What's this? Force? You can't force playable factions? Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. That's a little bit weird, but I guess, given that they are trying to capture the souls too, that can be a bit strange, right? But you can military ally with them, so who knows? Alright, how's this fight going over here? Demonettes trade only okay against Chaos Warriors, so mostly they're just to stall for time. Also grab a few spears to do that, and it looks like the Bloodthirster is having a pretty rough fight too, so I think we might be fine in this battle. Yeah, I think we might be fine unless we get pushed into an early army losses. I just have to make sure I kill this guy since he's sort of the main thing keeping leadership up right now. And as for these spears, we're just gonna park them nice and far away in range of the tower so that once these guys start spilling through, the tower can actually take them out. Over here, this middle capture point, it is going to go down. I'm sort of fine with that, actually. We just have this single unit of infantry there to stall a little bit longer. And that really is just the name of the game, stalling for our towers to get a lot of value. Okay, it needs to keep shooting that Bloodthirster, though. He is a menace. It's an absolute menace. Advisor is in other games, but this is the only time he's recently gone lore. Yeah. Well, he had like a cinematic in Warhammer 1, right? So technically there was a little bit of advisor lore before, but this is like the most love he's gotten. Yeah. I've actually given him a little bit of context now. It's pretty cool. Especially given how long we've been with the advisor. He's been advising us for like the better part of a decade at this point. So it's cool to see that he's finally getting a bit of story for himself. Yeah, tower MVP. This bad boy over here is getting insane damage for us. In fact, I should get another tower over here. Start building that up. Let's see, these guys in the distance are a bit of a problem. I'm going to send in my chariots to try and distract them. Meanwhile, Bloodthirster is very nearly down. Spears are going to block up these guys. And as long as they don't capture this point, we are A-okay. Although that's sort of a big if. Yeah, Ogre is my lord. For years. For years he's been there for us talking about ogres. Well, maybe ogres, not years, but still. His advising is unprecedented. Best advising I've ever seen. Oh, we're going to lose this point. That's a shame. But I guess that's not where most of our money is right now. Okay, how's this fight going? Oh, this guy, he was actually unbreakable, I think. Dang, that's pretty scary. But okay, finally their lord is down. And we can start shooting at these berserkers. They're the highest damage unit in the area, and we definitely want to shut them down. Chariots will just keep distracting over there, and then I think we're okay. I think we're okay unless we get army loss. Let's see, Hell Scourgers. I guess I can fight those guys too. Yeah, there goes that capture point. That's a shame. It gives them a higher melee attack too, which is a bit of a problem. But as soon as this tower is done, it can start shooting at these marauders too. Or the dual weapons anyways. And then hopefully that's gonna be enough DPS. Balance of Power does not like us though. Does anyone know what this does, by the way? What this 50 gold changes? Is that like a minor upgrade or what? Like if I click that, it's a 30-second timer. Is that like repairs? I have no idea. Let's see, what does the symbol say? Like, cause this one... Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. If it's just a tower upgrade or what. It's a little bit ambiguous on that front. Oh, did I de-level my tower? Is that what I did? Did I just de-level my tower? Oh my goodness. Terrible. We just shut down one of our towers for 30 seconds. Oh, well, that's sort of brutal. Yeah, I think we lost this battle anyways, though. Yeah, it looks like it de-leveled my tower. But why did it cost 50 gold? That's the weird part. It upgrades them. Takes 30 seconds. Okay. So like this one, we can upgrade for 200 is what it's saying. But then this one says minus 700. And then this one goes back up to 1,300. Makes them inactive while it happens. I wonder like how does the mechanic actually work though? Why does it alternate between minus and not minus? Because minus means that we gain supplies when we click this. Let's see, if we're gonna lose this battle anyways, let's just try it out. So if I click this, I gain supplies. So minus means we're gaining supplies. Oh man, that's so janky. Anyways, this battle's lost, but I learned a little bit more about towers today, I guess. Interesting. Yeah. So you want to be doing the upgrades that are a positive number, not the negative ones. Otherwise, you get an upgraded minor tower. I think that's how it works. How strange. How strange. But all right, let's see. The Crimson Skull guys, they're basically a rebellion force that are related to they appeared near Scarbrand's area, and they're sort of taken up Scarbrand's job, but at least they don't have Scarbrand as the legendary lord, so that does make life a little bit easier. All right, so settlement raised. It's fine though. Income's in a rough place, but we should be able to win this battle quite handily. And oh wow, that's a weird garrison. Nevertheless, we should be able to win quite handily. Sack it, occupy it, we'll be good to go. The advisor's great, top voice acting. He is. Honestly, I don't think we could do with another, like with a different advisor. I don't think we could live with that. All right. So here we go. The settlement is pretty easy to capture. The cheese for it, or the AI manipulation, is you want to deploy over here, pop over to the right side, and then you just capture these 2 points. At least that's sort of the way I like to do it. You can just do this. We'll grab Nakari and the casters, put them over here. And we'll grab the Soul Grinder crew. And we should be good. Nice. So we're just going to travel all the way across here. And what is this? That is an interesting pocket of units. I've never seen the AI do that before, but they're not too scary. And we're just going to bust through this front gate over here. The great thing about Soul Grinders is that they have pretty good capture weight. So we should expect to see these capture points go down pretty fast for us today. See, I think these are Forsaken. Yeah, they're Forsaken. Nothing a little... actually, Forsaken do have crazy magic resist, so spells are sort of wasted on them. but I really have no other targets right now, so we'll just stick with that. And there we go, gates down. We've taken out the shields, and we're just gonna spill in and take these 2 back points. That should be good enough. Let's see. Now the real question here is, well, actually, you know what? There's a bit of a blob over here. Could we win this faster by just pushing the AI into army losses? Maybe, given that they're all sort of blobbing up here. It's a hard maybe, though. I don't know how I feel about that. I guess we're already stuck in this fight, though. Yeah, it's a pretty small army. You know what? Let's just do that. Let's just push them to army losses. That seems a lot easier, given that we're already in here. Oh, what the? The Lord of Change actually dove in on my units in the distance there. That's a little bit strange, but it does get them killed, so I'll take it. Yeah, let's just army loss them. When is it safe to throw your Lord into a fight? You did Castalton and he got messed up real fast. You have to be a little bit careful about it, yeah. I would say generally make sure your Lord always has infantry support. Just as a general rule of thumb, but it sort of depends on the Lord. Some of them will crush it, some of them will do way worse. Oh, thank goodness for armor, otherwise these soul grinders would be getting wrecked right now. Man, these settlements are a little bit hard to maneuver into. Okay, here we go. Let's slow it down a tiny bit. Oh, actually, all these guys are cavalry. I guess it's faster for them to move through the gate then. Over here, things are going okay. We're just hunting down some flamers. And over here, it looks like, yeah, our armor piercing's doing fine. But I do want to retreat with my fiends before they end up dying. Hey, Felix, hello. How's it going? Hopefully, the day is going well for you. We've been doing all right-ish in the campaign. Sort of the main problem right now is we're going to have to shut down Cathay, because they're sort of getting ready to have 3 demon souls. So they'll be nearly winning the campaign soon, unless we manage to pull off some shenanigans. And said shenanigans is just going to be marching into their realms and just killing them. Yeah. And then I heard somewhere that if we kill off Cathay, we get to steal all their souls. So that could work out pretty well for us too, I think. Okay, soul grinders are doing pretty good. Nice. Army losses. Wonderful. Okay, a little bit sketchier of a fight than I thought it would have been, but it seems like pushing them to army losses actually wasn't a terrible idea. Although I still feel like capturing the back points is slightly better. But yeah, we're gonna try and hit up Cathay and just steal all of their souls, or at least wreck them to a point where they can't get any more. Nurgle is also really close to dying, so if I can finish off Nurgle, that'll be a good test for that mechanic too. But yeah, I've been having a pretty good day. We're sort of just taking it easy. I started the stream a tiny bit late too, just because I've been going to sleep later and later. That needs a fixing. Oh, we lost some demon gnats. That's too bad. But nice. There we go. 18,000 gold. We're set. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have enough money to last us a good while now. And we're mostly just going to focus on Nakari's army. We can re-recruit our demon gnats. The big problem, though, is that we just don't have a lot of replenishment. I think it's, yeah, we don't have a lot of Slaanesh corruption. What I really need is this. I really need this, this lady in there. Oh, wait, no, she doesn't give replenishment? Oh, dang. So we don't have a lot of replenishment at all then. Well, that's not good. I guess we'll just have to deal with it then. Oh, thank goodness. Pyrrhic victory. I don't want to lose all my units, so let's just play it out. I guess if we... how do we want to replenish with Nakari's army? That's a bit of a predicament. I guess we could... I'm not sure. Oh, is the how zoom command not working? Where's the bot? There we go. Nightbot's just a little bit slow on the draw. Okay. All right, nice. Here we go. So, oh, okay. AI is actually pretty passive because we're the ones attacking. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how we want to get our replenishment up with Nakari's army. There is a building chain we can get that increases replenishment, but that's not exactly it's not the cleanest way to do it, as it doesn't give that much. The cultists will still be good for their extra movement range. That'll help us get to Cathay a bit faster also. But yeah, it's a little bit sketchy. I'm not too sure. Anyways, for now, let's just worry about this battle. So this is just the garrison. We're not too worried about them taking damage. So we can sort of just move them into the fight without blobbing too hard. And then our supporting army, we're going to be a bit more careful with. They're going to be picking and choosing their fights in the distance, and making sure that they have a pretty strong advantage here. Although that surround is pretty nasty. I think we should still be fine. And can I nail a pendulum? For whatever reason, when I'm on ×4, sometimes the game just cancels my pendulum cast. But there we go. We got there. And I think we're good. Yeah, this battle should be pretty straightforward. It just sends you to Nightbot's YouTube channel? Does it? Is that actually where the link goes? Here, let me check. It just sends you to Nightbot's YouTube channel. I think that might have been... I think that's my mistake. Oh my goodness, Nightbot. Nightbot trying to pull a fast one on me. Here, let me get that set up while we head on into the loading screen for the post-battle. Man, that's hilarious. Let's see. Where is that link? So, zoom out Warhammer. Nice. Hey, my video's on the top of the list there. That's pretty cool. Okay, and then I have to go to Nightbot. Nightbot. Yeah, I'll get that fixed in a jiffy. Glad you noticed it. Yeah, it's a good thing that you caught that. Otherwise, it would have just been sending people to Nightbot this whole time. Commands. There we go. And I can edit this to send it to the proper location. There we go. It should work now. Or, you know, as soon as it updates in a second, it should work.
The dance of depravity.
Hey, Enticity, are you also going to stream ranked battles or other multiplayer related content? Yes, but not too often. So if you check out my second channel, Enticity 2, we already have a few videos there, and that's my multiplayer dedicated channel. So if you guys are interested in that, that is the place to go. Let's see, do I need this? Do these? No, they don't give replenishment either. That's terrible. That's terrible. Okay. Let's see. Well, at least the rebellion's dealt with. Over here in the Palace of Ruin, I'm thinking, because it's fairly under-garrisoned right now, I should probably worry about defending it a bit more. And as much as the public order is good, so we can keep on boosting it up, but I guess we'll get rid of this to build up a proper garrison to make sure we don't accidentally lose our capital. But other than that, I don't think there's too much to worry about. You would love some Slaanesh multiplayer. I think I have, I think the first video on that channel is a Slaanesh multiplayer game. Yeah. Yeah, Nightbot just promoting himself. Anyways, Operation March Forwards to Cathay continues. Hopefully it goes all right. Fingers crossed it goes all right. What's this? Oh, it's another rebellion. Just back-to-back rebellions here. Well, that sort of sucks. We lost our oh, what the? Sure. Keeper of Secrets time. Nice. We got another Keeper of Secrets, guys. How's our supply lines? It's only 4%. I don't think it's too much of an issue, despite what people are talking about. Okay, nice.
My sense
Pretty good.
heightened.
Let's go ahead and kill off this army.
Bringers of
Is auto-resolvable, great.
degradation.
And then we're gonna figure out where to bounce over to. Let's see. I guess this army all the way up here. Let's go ahead and defend this this garrison. We did finish our walls though, which is sort of the biggest part. Over here, Nakari's units are barely getting healed. And you know what? That's gonna be good enough. Let's go ahead and take out this minor settlement. Now I have to remind myself we can't loot. We can't sack and occupy. We just have to normal occupy. Otherwise, we won't have enough movement to actually take it. Hello, RC. Hello, hello. Hope the day's going well for you. Right now we're marching to Cathay with our Doom stack. You know, it's Nakari and a bunch of soul grinders, so as long as that goes well, we should be fine. Because Cathay is they actually got a 3rd demon soul already. So clock's sort of ticking for us. And then basically nothing else really matters other than that. A lot of our plans of conquest sort of got shut down, so we're sort of just feeling out the situation as it is. Okay, this should be enough. Just Nakari and my caster. These guys can basically solo armies, so I think they should be fine here. But I will send in my demonettes just to give a bit of extra DPS. But yeah, hope everything's going for you, RC. Overall, I'm still really excited to try out the next run, though. That one, I'm very excited to try that out as a challenge run, because the Nakari campaign right now is pretty cool, but it doesn't have the same, you know, the same brutality as many of the other campaigns that I've played. Like even the Nurgle cavalry only campaign, that sort of encompasses what I want to be doing. But also it's sort of weird right now because I haven't really developed my expertise with the game yet. So I do need to get a few runs out of the way. In fact, I even I started up a Cathay run to get some practice in. I did a Kislev run to get a bit of practice. Overall, they're really fun. I'm really liking the Cathay run is actually going really well. I think Cathay might be one of the strongest factions, or at least one of the easiest factions to start with compared to everyone else. At least from what I've found. Man, replenishment here is terrible without corruption, isn't it? Anyways, let's keep trying to catch up with Nakari over here. And over here, yeah, we've done our movement. All right, pretty good. Pretty good. Any buildings we can make over here? I guess we can. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get our walls over here, and I think we're set. I think we're set for the next turn. Very nice. Yeah, this is on Legendary. This is on Legendary very hard. That's probably one of the most asked questions in my chat. It's interesting. But yes. I don't think there's an easy way to make it where the bot can answer those types of questions, since they're usually worded a bit differently, but you know, whatever. Usually someone in chat answers and it's fine. Okay, so next up we're gonna go over here, take that settlement, and then how much further do we have to go? Actually, quite a bit. Oh wow. Yeah, we have quite a ways to go. So we gotta go all the way down here, up into the side. Yeah, Ursun's probably gonna do another war event before we even get here. How is Cathay? 24 settlements. That's gonna be quite the task to take out. Wow, that is chunky. Honestly, I think we have to blitz it a bit harder then. Let's just start marching our way there. That seems like a decent enough idea, right? We'll just to get there as fast as humanly possible.
Embrace
How's this army? Cliff of Beasts. I think this is the last Nurgle settlement that we have to worry about. Big problem is that they do have quite a bit of a garrison going on there, so we can't easily take that settlement just yet. But at least the turn should be going by pretty quickly. I'm a little bit worried about that upkeep, where our armies are crazy expensive because of the soul grinders. Fingers crossed that doesn't become too much of an issue. In fact, we're probably going to have to sack this settlement next turn.
My excellence.
So your coworker tried Nurgle first campaign and he got wiped. What's it? Oh, he got wiped against all armies with ranged. Yeah. Nurgle is sort of a really weird faction, but I've heard that Nurglings can do fairly well there. So maybe just like you Nurgling spam and then you sort of run with that. Oh man, look at that. Could they have another soul? My goodness. Oh, dang, Nurgle's dead. Kugoth got wiped out. Okay, well, here we are. It's the race against Cathay. They are an absolute menace right now. And we're just gonna have to figure it out. Oh man. Now they have 24 settlements, so even like we have to put in a lot of work to take all of those out, really. But I guess if we have Nakari just going on a hard rampage in the area, we might be fine. We might be okay. Yeah, and the great thing about this army is that we don't really have to worry about losing fights at all, since Nakari is so strong. But how do I get to Cathay in a jiffy? I guess if we go for another teleport, and then if they don't manage to pick up the demon soul in time, then we have sort of two like demon event things. Like, you know, 2 Urson Roar events before Cathay win the game. And then we might be fine working it like that. I guess that's sort of the plan, right? Just if we can kill off their legendary lord, they can never enter the portals, and then we'll be fine. That seems like a pretty good idea. I see no flaw. I see no flaw with that. In the meantime, though, we really need to work on our income situation, and that's going to start with this here Chaos Army. Yeah, we can just sort of wipe them out with Nakari. I guess I still have these demon nets that we can send in to help with the cleanup. Nice. And I guess we'll capture this point, right? That should be pretty good for us. That'll stop the towers from shooting us and hopefully reduce the damage that we're taking just a tiny little bit. Accidentally annihilated my own forces with the pendulum. Totally fine. They were at high HP anyway, so they'll replenish at the same speed as everyone else. And I think that's army losses. Great. But yeah, we really just have to blitz it to Cathay as fast as possible. I don't think there's a faster way to get there though, right? Other than just marching. I think I'm going to avoid capturing this settlement too. We're just going to sack it and go on our merry way. Because honestly, most of the places aren't giving us that much replenishment anyways. There we go. That's enough money to last maybe 2 turns. And onwards we go. How's the Withering Fortress? Pretty undefended. We could probably take that one too.
And it shall be done.
Do you know your economy is called a Ponzi scheme? I do not understand that reference, unfortunately. All right. And look at that. Finally, we have positive public order here for the first time in forever. That's quite good. And yeah, we're blitzing through these turns. We're going through fairly quickly. Now, are there any... If we kill Cathay and we steal their souls, in theory we win the campaign. But maybe I'm wrong about that. We'll see. I haven't actually tested these late game mechanics, so I don't know how they play out exactly.
The Arch-Tempter, the soul.
Yeah, we can use the portals to teleport. I'm just worried that in that time they're going to take one of the souls and we're gonna lose. It would be a very abrupt ending to this campaign if that happens. So I'm sort of working my way there as fast as I can. But like, if we do just steal their souls when we kill them, then that'd be a really fun way to end the campaign. Oh, and look at that, we got the spam. Oh boy. Really? Nightbot's not gonna ban that for spamming emotes? Of all things, Nightbot's just gonna be super trigger happy on everyone else, but not that. Oh, look at that Nightbot! Nightbot's a hero. Yes! It works! Oh my gosh. Amazing. Never seen a better Nightbot. Good stuff. Yeah, no hot girls in our Warhammer. This is oh man. It's named after a scammer who basically scammed people's money and then used that money to then scam the next person. Well, that's brutal. Alright, anyways, enough Slaanesh action in chat. Let's go ahead and dive into this battle. So, this one's pretty straightforward. We just gotta wait for the reinforcements. We'll send them into the fight, and we should be fine. And as per usual, since they are the settlement garrison, we're totally happy to just have them suicide their way in. Should be no problem in the slightest. Alright, let's go ahead and scoot up a tiny bit. And I guess we could probably just nail him with a few pendulums too, right? There we go, that's a good one. And the army is here, wonderful. And it's a pretty big one. Oh, nice, yeah, they just keep on coming. They just keep on coming. Alright, pretty good. Oh wow, look at that. It caused the AI to rotate so hard they just walked into melee with me. That's the new one. Actually made them pretty easy to catch out this time. Because usually the AI will just love rotating away from you. And that is always a bit of a pain. Okay, nice. And I'm not too worried about army losses here. Or not army losses, but, you know, just losing units. Just because we do have the main base, which is a fairly good area to replenish. So we're not too worried. Yeah, it looks like our AI forces over there, or not our AI forces, but our garrison is winning in the distance, so I think we're good. Oh my gosh, again? Again, a different bot showed up? Man, I've never had them come back to back so quickly before. That's surprising. I think Nightbot should be able to hit them though. Just because of the emoji spam. That should trigger Nightbot's our security system, hopefully. Come on, Nightbot, you got this. What, do I have to ban them myself? Oh my goodness. Man, Nightbot's really slow on the draw today. Let's see, report. Oh wow, Nightbot's really slow on the draw. It's just not even removing them. All right, I got it, guys. I got it. And we're good. I do have mods, but it seems like right now they're not really around. I should probably get a few more mods running around at some point, but yeah. What's it? Moderation was pretty good back when we were streaming more consistently in Warhammer 2. Right now I'm sort of getting back in the swing of things. So I gotta find a few people. Ulysses. Oh my goodness. What a comment. See, I don't know how I feel about those types of comments, because on one hand it is pretty good for my ego, but on the other hand, you know, it's not exactly you don't really, I don't know how I feel about that. Well, anyways, I'll take it. Sure, why not? Why not? I'll take it. I enjoy compliments. As long as you guys aren't doing it to people that don't enjoy compliments, then it's fine, I guess. All right, there we go. We're gonna get more favor. Yeah, lots of Slaanesh bots today. Okay, nice.
Such insight.
Nice, and decisive victory. And this is gonna cause only minor losses, not too bad.
I shall spear
Nightbot corrupted by Slaanesh. Oh yeah, maybe. Stole it. Took over control. Yeah, that could very well be it.
I get stronger.
All right, now what do we got over here? We got 14 units, and then we got a million other units. Oh wow, they have a Skaven outpost over here. Okay, that's pretty cool actually, but yeah, we can't afford to take this fight just yet. I'm gonna bounce over here. For whatever reason, these guys are just glowing. What does this mean? Does this mean we can steal them? We can vassalize them maybe? I'm not sure, but yeah, we're mostly just gonna be ignoring these guys. You know what? Let's march. Let's march our way forwards. If they decide to take a fight, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to just kill them. What faction is your favorite so far? Slaanesh. Slaanesh for sure. Just the mobility is very fun. Man, when you can't even afford to you know, times are rough when you can't afford to make your own garrisons. Oh, it looks like these guys moved out. That's pretty cool. So, oh, we don't have enough. No, we do have enough devotees, but we don't have enough to we're still on a timer for that. That's too bad. Yeah, because then the cool thing about devotees is that you can spawn an army with maximum movement range. So you effectively have ×2 your effective movement. Can be quite strong. Oh boy, man, I'm really worried about the oh, look at that, iron breakers. It's a good thing we have armor piercing, but yeah, I'm really worried about Cathay. Cathay is just massive right now, and I really need to kill off their lord, but I don't know where they are, which is the big problem. Because optimally, I could just teleport right on top of them when Urson does his roar, and then take them out. I guess if they do enter a realm, I can pop in there and try to hunt them down. And that would actually probably be my best plan of action, right? Just hunt them down in the realm if they decide to go in. That seems pretty good, actually. Most powerful, I would say Cathay, just because they have a really easy time building up everything. Okay, so this is just going to be a mostly pendulum spam type battle. You know, maybe we can get a few cycle charges in here, but that's sort of the main deal. Let's go ahead and retreat away from all of these guys. And then make our way to, I guess, the Quarrelers. And pick them off while they're sort of vulnerable here. You enjoy ganking others in the realms of chaos? Yeah, seems like honestly, probably not a terrible idea. You know, you stop them from getting the souls. It seems like you do actually have to sort of fight the enemy armies as you see them. Otherwise, they do actually find a way to the souls pretty quickly. From what I found, especially in the realm of Tzeentch, I always get beat out by the AI every time I go there. Like, maybe I'm just terrible at finding the souls, but it seems like they always get there first. And I can never outpace them. Okay, pretty good pendulums overall. But what I should probably be doing, I should probably be sniping out their lords to make them a bit easier to rout off. These guys are just going to continue to pull back, but once the AI is sort of split up a bit more, I can probably get some of my cavalry activated, especially on the Quarrelers. Oh dang, we got a raid? Oh, it's a legend raid. Oh, yo, sick. Oh yeah, oh, by the way, Nightbot is a bit aggressive right now, guys, so it might ban you. I saw someone already get their message deleted. But hello, welcome everyone. Hope you guys are, well, I guess you guys are just showing up. Right now we're playing a Slaanesh campaign, and we are currently, dang, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people, dang. Does it end? Does it end? Well, we'll let people sort of trickle in first, but right now what we're sort of doing, we're pathing our way to the lands of Cathay to try and take them out before they beat us in the race for demon souls, because right now they're actually outpacing us pretty hard. will show as soon as we're done this battle, but... Oh my gosh, it really doesn't end. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. Yeah, this is it. Just the entire rest of the day is people hopping into the stream. Oh my gosh, thank you very much, Legend. Yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen me before, by the way, I am a campaign player, but I come from the multiplayer community. So generally, I play campaigns a little bit more loose and usually quite a bit faster. Although I do enjoy my good dose of cheese pretty often too. So yeah, my general playstyle is sort of messy and fast. And I don't know how else to describe it. That seems like sort of a terrible way to describe yourself though, isn't it? Messy and fast? That's terrible. Anyways, hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Legend says hi. Awesome. Yeah, I play a lot of multiplayer stuff, but yeah, usually we play pretty chill. I guess we do play a lot of challenge campaigns. That is sort of my jam right now. I play almost exclusively challenge campaigns just because I am a bit of a masochist. I do enjoy things being a little bit painful. And yes, I've been talking about Warhammer. Legend wants to borrow your cheese reserves. I think he has a lot more cheese than me. I don't know about that. Legend is the master of cheese. I'm just sort of the master of hitting ×4 when I really shouldn't be. But alright, I think we're pretty good. We've sniped out basically all of their heroes. There's only one left here. And as soon as he's down, yeah, then we should be pretty good. No more leadership for the dwarves. Just a few more guys to pick off. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. What difficulty do I play on? I play on legendary very hard, yeah. I exclusively play on max difficulty. Just because it's sort of what I grew up with. So I can't really go back at this point. Just because it's far too fun. I enjoy the challenge. Alright, now I think we've thinned the herd pretty well. There's only a couple more quarrelers to hunt down. Sadly, my chariot lord did get heel capped, which is a bit of a problem, but as soon as most of these guys are down, I think we can sort of grab our cavalry and start picking off a few of these guys, at least. Nikari should heel cap soon, too, in a second. And then I think we'll mostly be good to go. Oh, man, there's a lot that went on in chat. It's mostly just beep boops, so I didn't miss too much, I think. But yeah, let's see. Can we actually clear these guys out? I think if we hit them with a pendulum and go for the full surround, maybe they'll go down. I don't know about this. It's a little bit sketchy. Yeah, I don't know. We have the armor piercing. It's going okay, but I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay, nice. Nice. Oh, I should have thrown in the soul grinders in there. Whoopsies. It's fine, though. Do you know who Tyson Fury is? I do not. Yeah, a man of culture I am not, that's for sure. But yeah, as soon as we, clean up a few of these guys, we can jump into the actual campaign map and show the current state of things. This is Total War campaign, which means that we are declaring war on absolutely everyone that we come into. There is no diplomacy, and yeah, that's basically it. Those are the only rule sets that we're following. Everything else is sort of open to us. And we are planning a pretty cool campaign after this one, which is going to be a no demon soul campaign, which means you're not allowed to fight any of those quest battles that give you the demon souls. You're allowed to go in and disrupt factions to stop them from getting them, and you can collect the demon souls by annihilating other factions. But other than that, we're not actually going for the victory condition. It's just going to be a pure conquest. So I'm pretty excited about that. At the pace that this campaign is finishing, we'll probably get there in a few days, actually. And in other news, there's also a co-op campaign that I'll be playing with some buds on Monday, which is tomorrow. Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah, we'll be streaming tomorrow, fun co-op head-to-head style with 4 other people. Yes, Temple Guard of Hexawaddle. You've summarized my content very good. Very well. Messy, fast, and like things a little bit painful. It's true, it's true. But alright, we have another battle to fight before I can actually show off the campaign map. But I think we can blast through this one pretty quickly with some Soul Grinder action. Sort of, well, yeah, we can use not Slaanesh, but Nakari and the Soul Grinders, and that should be more than enough to hard carry us here, I think. I have to be careful about these doggos, though. They might cause a few issues. Let's see, how do we want to deal with these Chaos Knights? I guess we're fine if they decide to charge me. Your streams and challenges seem super interesting. Oh, well, nice. Happy to hear. Yeah, that's sort of the main content I do, other than my short form content, which is basically just, you know, like 1 or 2 minute videos explaining some super niche concepts in the game. That one I also very much enjoy producing. Alright, looks like these dogs are going for us. We're gonna hit them with the cavalry. And how's this fight going over here? Pretty good. But it looks like we could use a bit of a Pit of Shades over there to help out. Okay, and it looks like, yeah, you know, the dogs are slowly going down, but this is a bit more of a messy engagement. We might lose a few units. I'm not sure, we'll see. You can get sold by killing other factions. That's what I've heard from other people, but I don't know if that's actually true. Someone in chat just told me, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't even know if it's possible to win a campaign using only... Like, I don't know if it's possible to win a campaign by only, just by conquering, right? I assume you can. Like, if you control the entire map, you surely just win the campaign outright, right? But then I don't know how it gives the story beats for the quests, so it's a little bit weird. Hey, Tinley, hello, happy to have you here. But yeah, if anyone knows, feel free to let me know. Although I'm sure only a few of you guys have actually completed a campaign so far. I guess we'll see. That'll be the fun of that. We'll sort of just explore exactly what happens when you play Conquest only. Also, I was looking the wrong direction, and it turns out that other army actually had a lot more mobility than I thought. So we're gonna lose a few units here, but I don't think we're gonna lose this battle by any means. Let's see, we'll save up for another pendulum and hit these guys up again. Looks like the cavalry over here is doing all right. All right for chaos, that is. That's a bit of a problem. And Nakari is going to... Actually, Nakari's like a little bit glitched out right now. Come on, Nakari, attack! Attack, what are you doing? Oh, I think it's because there's a chaos troll in the way. There we go, there's an attack animation. Honestly, this is a little bit sketchy, isn't it? It's a little bit sketchy. Where's my caster? Over here? Yeah, she should be fine. She should be fine. We can disengage. The big problem right now is that right now the AI has a little bit more mobility than me, which is bad if you are part of Slaanesh's faction. But let's see, over here, this blob isn't actually too terrible for us. In fact, I'm more worried about Nakari getting annihilated by these throwing axes. Let's go ahead and get a disengage. Pendulum, yes. I think they just changed the look of Pendulum is all. Alright, what are we looking at over here? This blob is brutal for us. But we do have all the Soul Grinders going well over there. Nakari is bailing out, and we'll regroup with these guys. And over here in this pocket, I think Pit of Shade should be able to do us quite well. Yeah, we're fine, guys. We're fine. There we go. That's a nasty Pit of Shades. And Nakari is back. Charging in at 100-something odd speed. Oh, actually, yeah, Nakari, I think, has a Mortis engine type effect, too. So that should help us out. And if we can just kill off the Lord, I think we'll be okay. Oh, nice. We don't even have to kill the Lord. Sweet. Okay, so a little bit of a sketchy battle. We lost some of our forces, but overall, not too bad. And now we can show off the actual campaign map. It's not too chaotic. Do you think Pendulum should get a nerf for PvP? Yeah, Pendulum's a little bit too strong right now for sure. It could use a bit of a little bit of a kick down. Because right now it sort of overshadows, oh geez, pun not intended, every other lore of magic. Even like the lore of fire, which historically was just amazing in Warhammer 2, so. Yeah, Pendulum could be just tuned down a bit. I'd still love to see Pendulum be a good spell, but not this good. Alright, don't mind me just grabbing some water. Stay hydrated. Yeah, if you liked Pendulum in Warhammer 2, you're gonna love it in Warhammer 3. It's great. It is a very nice power trip. It's sort of like Pit of Shades level, but in a line, in a pretty thick line. So in the right situations, it'll do even more damage than Pit of Shades. But yeah, this is the current state of the campaign. We have, you know, our big province over here, some patchwork, minor settlements in the distance that we're not too worried about defending. And that's basically it. That's basically it. We also have a bunch of cults everywhere. But yeah, I had a few expeditions here and there that didn't really do too well. So we're hoping to reestablish a bit of an expedition all the way in Cathay. We'll see how that goes though. Lots of rebellions everywhere too. We're mostly just focused on Nakari's conquest towards the east, while this army sort of manages everything in the west. Let's see, is this a winnable fight? Actually, no, this doesn't look too winnable. Let's just pick up from this. You hope buff spells are good? Oh yeah, buff spells could use a little bit of love. Right now, they're okay, but they're not going to... They're still not as good as the big AoEs. They're sort of the same as they were before, really. Okay, now, where do we actually want to hit up? I guess the Bleeding Spire is pretty good. So you can hunt down the rest of these armies and then capture that settlement to get a bit of healing before we move on. Is Kislev the only region that has one big settlement? And then... Oh, yes. Yeah, Kislev is sort of weird like that. It seems like it is the only place that is sort of formulated like that. For anyone who doesn't know, the way Kislev works right now is that it's sort of separated into, like, its provinces are either one big sort of settlement with no other minor settlements attached, and then beside it is another province that is made out of only minor settlements, which is a little bit weird. It's yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that, because it's hard to determine where rebellions show up, but it also means that your major settlement is very safe from rebellions, so it's sort of a win and a loss. Hellpit as well. It's sort of like everywhere is Hellpit, but yeah, Hellpit doesn't have minor settlements either. It's strange, but you can definitely work around it. I don't think it's terrible. Okay, nice. It should be pretty straightforward. How do you afford a full stack with Scarbrand? Just keep sacking settlements. That's how I that's how I play the game. You'll notice that I have a vastly negative income almost all the time, and that's just because most of my money is from taking settlements. Yeah, like, it seems like the economy buildings in Warhammer 3 aren't that strong. They don't actually give you that much money, so sort of fighting battles is a much better way to farm an economy. And also, don't spend too much of your money on... Don't spend too much of your money on buildings, since usually they're not actually that worth it. Do you think the anti-air Lore of Heavens spell is good? Lore of Heavens? Anti-air Lore of Heavens? Or do you mean Lore of High Magic? Like Tempest? Or a different one? The one that stops flying units instead of slowing. Oh, like the one that they changed? I think that one's okay. Yeah, it should be pretty good, just because it's a net. Unless you're talking about a different one. Yeah, and Scarbrand gets a lot of free armies too, which should help him out. Okay, nice. So this should save us from fighting a settlement battle. Should reduce our losses by a little bit. Yeah, it's like 20 income buildings. What do you mean by it's like 20 income buildings? But yeah, generally as Scarbrand, Like, I would just keep fighting and really just not focus on buildings at all. Seems like sort of the best strategy, and you would only build a few buildings for public order and such. Yeah. But, you know, feel free to play it however you want to. Alright, so this one should be pretty straightforward. Just snipe their lord, throw down some pendulums, you know, the usual. And then hopefully the reinforcing army doesn't have too many missiles and we'll be good. Alright. The big problem, though, in Cathay right now, however, is that they do have... I think they have 24 settlements. They're actually one of the strongest factions on the battlefield right now, or on the main map. So I have to be a little bit wary that they don't... yeah, that we don't just get swarmed by a million armies, because, you know, Celestial Dragon Guard and so on would probably cause me a few issues. You know, we only have so many pendulums. Oh yeah, minor settlement battles are super fun. Yeah, I've been enjoying them. There we go, Nakari finally gets that killing blow. But yeah, the minor settlement battles, it seems like even though they are cheesable, it's still a pretty fun time playing them. The only problem I have is the fact that the game doesn't let you auto-resolve ever when you're on legendary difficulty. I really hope CA changes the auto-resolve, since right now it's way too aggressive for some of the factions. At least with I know with Nakari it's pretty bad, like Slaanesh factions. With Kislev and Cathay it seems like it's not as bad, but definitely in some situations it's a little bit bonkers. You love it. Oh yes, the diplomacy menu changes are amazing. There were, like, I sort of glossed over it earlier, but there's just so many quality of life changes CA added to Warhammer 3. I think it is distinctly different from Warhammer 2 because of that. Like, I would recommend people pick up Warhammer 3 before any of the other games, just because of all the changes. It's just it's too good to pass up, really. Okay, I think it's about time I grab my soul grinders and throw them in the mix. They can probably get some pretty good damage in here. Nakari is just going to slowly grind down these guys. It's gonna take a while, but I think as soon as we kill off their lord, we might be able to push them into army losses. Auto-resolve is bad for all legendary campaigns in general. Alright, well there you go. Yeah, I think, I don't know. Hopefully they just make it a little bit more lenient, right? Because, like, there are definitely, or just make it where, because even when it says the losses are going to be minor, the losses are sometimes not minor in the slightest. Like, you will take just insane amounts of damage if you're not careful. Well, actually, no, even if you are careful. If you take any battle via auto-resolve, it will do crazy damage. It also works both ways, though. If you auto-resolve against the AI, they will also take a lot of damage when they're attacking your settlements. So, in a sense, it is half-balanced, but yeah, it could really get tuned up a little bit. It is only on the harder difficulties, though. So if you're playing on normal, or even hard, I think, you should be fine. It shouldn't be nearly as bad there. Emotional damage. What's this about Blood Crushers? You love Blood Crushers? Well, hey, nice. Yeah, Blood Crushers are pretty cool. Sadly, in multiplayer, I think they're a little bit too expensive, but just as like a, you know, high DPS, very armored unit, pretty sick. What is that radius around every unit? First time you've seen that. The radius around every unit. Are you talking about, I don't know what you're talking about there. The radius around every unit? As in, like, their attack ranges? Or something else? Feel free to let me know. I'm keeping an eye on chat mostly today. Auto-resolve is awful and very hard too? Dang, that's too bad. I'm sure, like, I'm fairly confident CA is gonna fix that at some point, though. It'd be a bit of a, like, as time goes on and as people get more and more used to the game, they're going to get more and more sick of playing very similar battles. that are easily winnable. What's it? A blue outline in a circle. Oh, yes, that's the leadership aura of your heroes and lords. So if you have the right settings on, it'll be like a lot more visible all the time. But essentially, units that are in that bubble get extra leadership. Yep, simple as that. Yeah, and I have like a bunch of, you know, indicators and stuff on just so that I can manage things a bit easier. Okay, cool. Man, my army's getting so beat up though. Slaanesh doesn't seem to have access to good replenishment. I checked the cultist and the caster hero. Neither of them have replenishment. So either you have to take it on Nakari, like your lord. I think you can take it on your lord, right? But yeah, either you take it on your lord or you don't have it. It's simple as that, which is sort of bonkers. If there is a building chain you can make that will increase your replenishment, but I think that's it. I think that's basically it. So you got to be super wary about your armies. On the other hand, Slaanesh also gets free armies, so I guess I shouldn't be complaining too much. Yeah, there's also unit range. So like this, if I hover this unit, that red circle is the range of those Marauder Horsemen, and the blue circles is the range of my leadership aura. And this lord has a huge leadership aura for whatever reason. I guess he has some sort of buff going on.
Sensuous diversions.
Okay, so pretty good. I'm just going to kill off that unit so Nakari gets his heal proc. There we go. And we're set. We're set to continue onwards, guys. Tzeentch replenishment is even worse. Oh no. Yeah, that's something to take a look at. I feel like CA should sort of... I feel like all factions should have at least some good baseline replenishment options. Otherwise, you sort of just get ground down. I guess the counterplay is to re-recruit new units. But honestly, Slaanesh's recruitment is sort of janky too. But hey, I guess that's a challenge. That is half of the fun. Okay. Now what do we got going on over here? We can start replacing with Marauders. And then our cultist is slowly making their way over here. We have decent replenishment over here. Let's see. We can get rid of this building. And yeah, we're pretty well set to continue moving forwards. Tzeentch actually has, not Sartorial. What's his? Kairos, there we go. Has quite a few settlements, but he doesn't have that many souls. So I don't think he's going to be too much of a problem.
Such insight.
Okay, nice. I think we're set for next turn. Here we go. Let's hope we can get there before the next Urson War event. How do you increase Ice Witch capacity? You've been stuck at 4 forever. I think there's a... what's it? Oh, what are they? The Ottomans, right? There should be like a pop-up that shows up every once in a while that lets you increase capacity. I think that's the way to do it. Maybe I'm wrong though. Honestly, do you really need more than 4 Ice Witches? I just use them for spellcasters most of the time, but okay. Dang, there we go. So we have the teleport things. So Operation Invade Cathay has begun, and a little bit early at that too.
Name it.
Oh man, our cultist is won't be joining us, but she only gives movement range anyways. I guess she can just leg it to Cathay. And for us, we are going to traverse. We're gonna traverse and we're gonna pop up right in the heart of Cathay. Can hit up Nangao, but I'd love to find Miao Ying if possible to stop her from going into the actual portal. I guess this is our best option though. Let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, she's nowhere here, but this should be fine. This should be fine. It's a bit of a precarious position, but I don't see too many problems here, right? Let's see, is there anything we can do with our cults? It looks like we do have a few places to spawn extra armies, but sure, let's do this. And if we can build corruption and summon some disciple armies, that would be amazing. But we'll sort of have to wait and see if we can... we'll have to wait and see. Yeah.
There There is affirmation.
And this army's just gonna ambush for now and try and catch this Nurgle army. Because I'd love to finish off that faction and get them off the map. Alright, fingers crossed this goes okay. You wanted to add them to your Boyar armies? Let's see, man, you have a lot of armies going on then. How late are you in your campaign where you have 5 armies going on? That's crazy. Okay, what are we looking at here? We got a bunch of reinforcements. I'm thinking what we do is we take this fight and then we retreat to avoid most of the losses. And then, you know, we get our Winds of Magic back and we can sort of wreck face from there. I think that's the plan. Oh boy, I have to be careful not to have my guys crumble away though when we retreat. That can be a bit of a problem, but if we do it well enough, I think we'll be fine. This is a bit of a scary army though, isn't it? Yeah, Slaanesh loves finishing off factions, it's true. Kislev is kind of a letdown after Skaven and their 5 or 6 agent types. I think yeah, most of the Warhammer 3 factions aren't really up to snuff with everyone else. They're gonna need a bit of time to sort of build themselves up, but they'll get there eventually. Okay, so we're going to be chilling in this forest over here. Hopefully we can ambush the AI a bit. If they decide to actually, you know, chase down these soul grinders, we can jump them from the forest. In the meantime, oh yes, I forgot. So there is a bug. If you move up and down these rice fields in the wrong way, you might just lose your lords and heroes outright. So we have to be super careful about that too. And honestly, yeah, Cathay is defended by their rice field. So it's a bit too risky to move over there. We're going to catch out this reinforcement army first. It's fairly small. Only has a couple peasants. That should be a lot less of a problem. Yeah, but I'm utterly terrified of rice fields now. It's true. I don't wanna fight over here in the slightest. That's just an accident waiting to happen. Yeah, and there's gonna be a lot of DLCs for all the factions. This is just the beginning of a new game, so we can expect there to be a few gaps here and there to be built up. All right, here we go. Imagine spawning onto the map and then suddenly Nakari's just in your face. Oh, did they net him down though? That's pretty nice. Here we go. So yeah, we're just gonna hit them with a Pit of Shades to start off the day. And then that should get most of them. Yeah, it's just sort of spilling onto the pit of Shades. Quite nice. Yeah, welcome to the rice field. Oh man, rice fields are so terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. But nothing we can't really handle by just avoiding them. Pretty good pendulum. We botched that up a little bit. I guess I'll just wait for another Pit of Shades. How's our Winds of Magic? 53. Not too bad. Not too bad. Here we go. This is another juicy pendulum. Man, this is the worst place to spawn into the map, isn't it? Absolutely terrible. You're just getting spawn camped at this point. Nice. So there goes most of those guys. Let's see. They do have a few artillery crews over here. And I'd love to catch out their lord, but I don't know how easily we can do that. I guess if we surround her with cavalry, that should work out okay. What's it? There are fences at the edge of the rice fields that block a lot of range fire if they are firing uphill. Okay, that's good to know. In general, I'm just going to be taking the fight mostly away from it, though, just to make sure my lord doesn't die. And I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like Nakari sometimes has a very hard time hitting units, too. I say that as Nakari lands a pretty devastating hit, so maybe not. But alright. Alright, so we've taken over the first army over here. Now we just have to wait for these guys to sort of catch up to us. I'm hoping they aggro onto me. Otherwise, we're going to have to traverse the most dangerous lands in all of Cathay. And yeah, we're just going to have to risk it and hope that nothing goes wrong. So that could be a bit of an issue. There's also this Sky Lantern that's just going to be poking at me for a while. But thankfully, they don't do a lot of damage, so I guess that's not really too much of a worry. Alright, now how do we actually want to attack this? So we have a few hills over here. But I think I can get close enough to land some pendulums, and that'll hopefully aggro them towards me. All fun and games until Cathay start dropping napalm. It'd be terrifying. I guess sky lanterns are pretty close to that. But alright, here we go. First pendulum of this big army. Quite a bit of damage. That's pretty good. But I can't move any more. I can't move forwards without risking my life here. I think we do have some pretty good pendulum targets overall. Nice. Okay, that's a lot of damage. And just a little bit more winds of magic, and hopefully they come towards me. If they don't aggro, things get a little bit sketchy. Control is public order. Yeah, it's just a different name for it now. Seducing the one sky junk. Oh, that might have, yeah, that might have been really good. That's very true. Okay, one last pendulum for the road. And they don't aggro onto me. That is sketchy. That is real sketchy. So, how much more winds do I have? 8. I have 8 more winds of magic, and then we're out. Looks like models blob up when they're treading downhill. What's it? I'm not sure about that, actually. Okay, so one more pendulum. It looks like they're just reforming ranks right now. You know, maybe we just retreat from this battle and that works too. Because I really don't want to risk just having my units die. It's so risky to take a fight up here. Can I bait them out? There we go. I think they're finally moving up a bit. Okay, this is good. Yesterday was my birthday. It wasn't. It was not my birthday yesterday. Okay, nice. So we can catch out these Longma riders. And then if they keep moving towards me, I think we should be fine. Wow, look at that. Those Longmas take a lot of damage from that spell. Jeez Louise. Okay, looks like they are slowly moving down. I'm not sure if they're staying out of range, sort of to keep in line with the sky lanterns. If I do have to retreat, we will do it. But it seems like they are moving down. So now I just have to fight this battle with basically no winds of magic. It is a little bit sketchy. It's probably better to retreat. Yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. We've dealt a ton of damage to them. And then I could use that extra winds of magic. I guess we'll try and bait out the Longma riders first. Maybe do a bit of damage to these guys over here now that they're on the low ground. Whoops. I touched the rice field. That was a risky play. How many models does the Longma unit have? 24. So they take max damage from these AoE abilities, which is yeah, what makes them real good. Come on, just aggro them. Aggro them. I just want them to get a tiny little bit closer and we're good to go. I don't know why the AI is so passive though. Usually the AI is a lot more aggressive when they're on the attacker side. This is sort of weird for me. But you know, we can work around it. Longma riders are very nearly dead. And here we go. Let's see, what is this? Mostly Celestial Dragon Guard. If I can get the Sky Lanterns to hit them up with their bombardments, then that should be most of the damage that I need, and I can sort of focus on that. There we go. That's a good volley. Nope, they're shooting at my chariot. That's too bad. Okay, we gotta be real careful about Nakari, not to get into that terrain. And can we get a good angle for those lanterns? It seems like probably not, but it should be fine.
This will do.
Yeah, this would be perfect for some AoEs, but we're all out of winds of magic now. I guess we will just retreat. Alright, this'll do. This'll do. Let's go ahead and grab these guys. And the thing about retreating off maps is that you have to be very careful that your units don't crumble when you actually get off. So we gotta get everyone as close as possible to the edge at the same time. And then we're gonna retreat with our demons first, so that they so that they have the least time on the battlefield before crumbling away. Nakari and my caster can sort of go second, and then I think we'll be fine. There we go. So let's pull away with these guys. Oh my goodness. Look at that. We're getting body blocked from retreating because of the rockets. Oh my gosh. What a mess. What a mess. Look at that. The pro maneuver from Cathay. Okay, so we have to find a different path to retreat from. Totally fine, totally fine. There's one in the distance over here that we can sort of use. Oh my gosh, the body block with the rockets though. That's a 4D play if I've ever seen one. Okay, let's go over here. Now I could just end the battle, but I think if we do, we will take a few losses. Okay, nice. Nice. This is a nice, much more open area to get our retreat. Man, it's really weird watching the AI be so passive. I guess they've deemed that they have a good enough range advantage where they don't need to play aggressively. That seems like what it is. Yeah, we got wrecked by the rockets. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Does this heal in an AoE? It doesn't. Yeah, it's because I'm hovering this ability. Okay, so if I just click retreat with all of these guys, then we should be good. Okay, we're good. We're good. So we retreated from the battle. We've taken basically no losses, and we've taken out a ton of their units. The only way we get losses is if the game sees my guys are too low on HP, and then it just takes them out. Which it might. That's a little bit scary. I wouldn't want to lose all my elite cavalry, but as long as we have Nakari and the caster, we're fine. What's this about? Kinder surprises for adults? Hey, nice. We kept all of them alive. Very, very good. And we've killed off a decent chunk of their army. Now, they should attack us again. And this time with only 2 guys. Nice. This should be good, especially if we catch out this reinforcement army. And we should be absolutely fine. Then the conquest of Cathay begins, and we're beelining our way towards Miaoying. She is target number 1, highest priority, to stop her from claiming that last demon soul. Seduce? Oh yeah, I forgot. I always forget about the seduction. Honestly, we don't have the seduction, mechanic really well built up right now. Oh man, I always forget mechanics, guys. It's becoming my brand. That's the only thing I do now. Alright, well, you guys are gonna have to suffer through that, but we should be fine. It's a small army over here. What are they gonna do? Clump up so that we can AoE them into oblivion? Probably. Probably. That's a really nice blob. I would love to just pendulum that madness right now. And there we go. There goes all the Celestial Dragon Guard. And that is why Pendulum is very strong right now, guys. My goodness, what a spell. Okay, next up we're just going to hunt down their Lord. And then I assume some nasty Pendulums on the reinforcements should be able to win it for us. Yeah, if I had seduced like a single flying unit, that might have made life a little bit easier, but like, do we really need to spend the money? Come on, we got some nasty spells going on over here. Okay, so next up we're gonna send in our cavalry. They can start doing a little bit of cleanup for us. And let's see, Nakari's gonna hunt down the Lord. Caster's gonna get ready for the reinforcements. Pendulum is 100% gonna get nerfed. If that doesn't get nerfed in the next patch, you would consider me surprised. Yeah, no, it's bonkers. It's just bonkers levels of damage. Okay, nice. This is another pretty sweet pendulum. Let's just get that down the pipe. And then, actually, we whipped that one a little bit. They didn't move up nearly as far forwards as I thought they would. That's too bad. Orbital guillotines, yeah. Yeah, more or less. It's brutal. Okay, so you have to be a bit careful about these engagements. The Celestial Dragon Guard will do a lot to our unarmored large units here. But It seems like the Soul Grinder action here should be able to dispatch them pretty easily. Another thing, I'm still trying to hunt down their caster. Can Nakari actually kill their caster? Come on, just a couple hits is all we need. You know, maybe it's not even needed. Those Dragon Guard actually routed off pretty easily. The great thing about Cathay, their infantry is actually pretty weak sauce. We're not worried about them at all. Their infantry and their cavalry is pretty weak. I guess it's not really much about Cathay that we're worried about in general. So, I guess the Celestial Dragon Guard are a bit more scary, and we do have to be more wary of them, but overall, I think we're fine. I guess the Jade Crossbows can be a bit scary, too. You'd pay for a Slaanesh expansion with more adult special battlefield abilities. See, the thing is, that's not really a good marketing strategy for CA. I don't think they could ever convince the higher-ups to do that, you know? And besides, if you want more explicit material, there's already places for that. Yeah, imagine an R-rated Warhammer, though. That'd be something. But, you know, that's not exactly on my list of most anticipated things. But alright, so we have this blob over here. We have 41 wins of magic, so we definitely have enough wins to win this battle. I just have to be very careful about my engagements. Come on, just kill him. Oh yeah, it's a Foot Lord, so they're gonna get knocked down very easily. Okay, so here's one thing you can do to kill Foot Lords a little bit faster, I think. If we halt our movement, then instead of walking around, Nakari should just give some basic attacks. Maybe I'm wrong here, though. There we go. That's a nice basic attack. Yeah, that can sometimes work if you just halt movement entirely. But still a little bit janky, sadly. There we go. There's a hit. That's a good one. And there's another good hit. Okay, nice. Very, very good. Now I just have to worry about all of these infantry guys. They're not actually blobbing up super well. Maybe it's because they're waiting for the rest of my cavalry and such to get into the action. But can I work it? Can I work it out? I don't know. I don't want to waste too much of my winds of magic, since we do need a little bit to clear these guys out. Let's see, did I kill their lord? I think I did. Yeah, I think that was a finishing blow on their lord. Is Nakari healing? Yes. Okay, wonderful. Okay, I think we're all right. This invasion into Cathay is a little bit sketchier than I thought it'd be, because they have so many extra armies lying around. But it seems like we are coming out on top here. I'm seeing like the formation of an almost blob over here, but it needs a little bit more grouping up, I think. It's close. I'll do a normal Pit of Shades there. I think that's pretty worth. There we go. And for all these archers, we can send in the Soul Grinders to take them out. I'll pull this one away, though, just to make sure it doesn't die. Yeah, this is a pretty good Pit of Shades. I dig it. Okay, and can we dive in without dying to Celestial Dragon Guard? Almost, but not quite. Not quite. Cathay needs more rice fields. They really do. That's the only thing they can bring in to save them. I think this is a pretty good pendulum over here. Let's go ahead and throw that down. And now I think we can really get our cavalry activated. Or actually, I'm gonna snipe out their lord first to really hurt their leadership. And then we're gonna send in the cavalry to sort of mass rout everything. Yeah, that's gonna be the plan. It's just going to be a mass terror rout. Nice, the lord is down, and cavalry is going to charge on in. We'll hit him with all the debuffs in the world, and then I think we're set. Once the terror starts kicking in, we should be fine. Yeah, most of those guys are routing off. Very, very good. And I think one more pendulum for the road. And army losses? No, not quite yet. Not quite yet. In fact, some of the Dragon Guard actually got a bit of damage there, but as long as I'm not losing too many units of my cavalry, I'm okay. Actually, they're holding up a little bit better than I would have thought. Maybe another Pit of Shades? There we go. There's the army losses. Okay, it took a little bit of work, and I think we lost a few units of cavalry, but it's fine. Honestly, the army is just these two guys, and that's basically all we need to do well. Heroic. Very nice. Do you think Nakari eats very blue cheese? What is this question? For the intense feeling of it? Ooh, man, it'd have to be very blue cheese. Like, essentially no cheese left for the feeling to be good enough. So yes, Nakari does just straight up eat mold. Wow, Jason, thank you. Thank you, the compliments, oh my goodness. Hey, nice, we only lost 1 unit of cavalry. Pretty good. Pretty good. Now we just have to conquer the rest of Cathay. Can't be that difficult, right? Only the bluest of cheese, yes. Why? Of all the questions to ask. Whatever, I'll take it. Anyways, how will we actually conquer Cathay? What's this? This doesn't matter. I guess if we take over Nangao, we have a tier 5 settlement. We spam out armies from there like no tomorrow. That seems like a pretty good plan, right? Recruitment cost. You know what, I'll just take the money. I don't think, well, wait, does Slaanesh like Nurgle? Slaanesh is unfriendly with Khorne, right? I think that's how the lore plays out. But alright, here we go. So, Nangao has a pretty exposed garrison. And I think they will take this fight because because my army's so beat up. Yes, there we go. They take the fight. And we just have to kill this single army. And we have a tier 4 settlement. Preferably with a bit of replenishment. And we can sort of expand outwards from here, giving Cathay as hard a time as we possibly can. Because, man, my cavalry needs some healing. They're so beat up right now. Seduce? You know, it's fine. Man, chat, you gotta say seduce before I even think about going into a fight, if you want me to remember it. But it costs so much, you know, for like 1 unit of infantry. Why would you even... It feels like a waste of money. Maybe it's just me, but... I don't know, it feels a little bit wasteful to seduce all the time. Because, like, you know, you could spend like 10,000 gold in 5 battles easily, right? That's a little bit sketchy. How's the campaign going? Really good, actually. Well, I don't know if it's really good, but it's on the upward trend since we've actually hit up Cathay now. The plan is to just wipe them out entirely, and that should give us the other 2 demon souls that we need to hopefully win it. So yeah, that's sort of the plan right now. Here we go. Chunky pendulums away. This should be a pretty nice one. Okay, and we're just gonna dive in straight towards the Lord. And look at that, pendulum is a totally balanced spell, guys. Man, I feel dirty using pendulum. It just does so much damage. But I guess I have to indulge a little bit, right? If we're playing a Slaanesh one, we gotta indulge just a tiny bit here. But man, oh man, that basically just won the battle. 300 kills on 1 spell. Come on. CA really have to change that. Otherwise, it's just going to become a pendulum fest every single campaign. Alright. 1 more for the road. There we go. And, yeah, we'll boost our Winds of Magic over there. Now, most of these guys are routing off the battlefield, which is actually a bit of a bad thing for us. I'd much prefer them stay on the battlefield, so we can take the settlement a little bit more easily, but I'm sure it's fine. Let's see. Nice, Nakari just 1v1ing a terracotta. Very good. And looks like the fight's going well for us. Oh, you borrowed an army from Call France? Nice. Yeah, just trying to sneak in the mortal empires by stealing armies and using outposts. Honestly, that's a pretty cool way of advertising other factions, right? CA just gives you a little bit of a taste of other factions by letting you access their units and stuff. I feel like that might just be a clever marketing strategy, you know? More than just a gameplay mechanic. Pretty cool. And like you can, that's the thing that I really like about Warhammer. the fact that with the updates and stuff, you still get access to new content. That's a really great part about it. Can you directly end battles without reinforcements? Yes. Yeah, if you wipe out the army that's there, you can just end the battle right away. All right, so pretty good, pretty good. 0 losses, 748 kills. And now we just have to take the settlement. Not too bad. Not too bad. We do get a bit of replenishment just by winning a few battles. But here we go. This is the big fight. We're gonna get Nakari, just dive on in there and hopefully capture as many points as we can. And then we have to find Miao Ying. But this is a pretty cool ending to the campaign. I really hope that all we have to do is kill Cathay to win it. Because then that also sets up the next campaign to work out pretty interestingly too. Where we just, instead of going to the realms of chaos, we just steal the souls that we need. And honestly, that might just be the meta for this campaign. Right? You just make a doom stack, you kill off factions and steal all their souls. Do you have any cool insider knowledge for when a game fix will come in? I don't have any insider knowledge. Yeah, I've applied to the CA content creator program, but I'm not actually in it yet, since that's sort of pending right now. And even if I did have insider knowledge, I can't exactly, I wouldn't be able to talk about it, so. It's a sad situation, yeah, but anything I'm allowed to talk about, I will talk about. All right, now what are we looking at? A massive settlement with very few defenses. Yeah, there's no way the AI is gonna be able to stop this pain train. Difficulty is legendary, very hard. Yep. Can you actually steal souls from factions who have them? Allegedly, but that is still not confirmed. We're sort of figuring it out right now. Nevertheless, if we do kill Cathay, we more or less win the campaign anyways. So either way, I think our objective is working out fine. Do you end up tired from siege? You were sieging for a couple turns, and when you started the battle, your army was very tired. Oh, that's strange. For me, it doesn't seem to be the case. I wonder why you were getting a very tired army. That's a little bit weird. Come on, Nakari, it's just a basic door. Just open the door. There we go, we're good. We're good. Couple more hits, maybe 2 more, and it should be busted down. Man, this gate though, that was the best, strongest holding gate I've ever seen in my life. Usually they get kicked down way faster. You can tell us, we won't tell TA. You know, TA, they actually watch the stream sometimes. It's weird. It's obviously very cool, but yeah, I feel like I gotta be on my best behavior, you know? Like sometimes they'll just pop in under their non-CA names. And then yeah. And then who knows, right? Are they scouting me out? I have no idea. Also, what the circular capture points? I think I've only seen this once ever, but sure, why not? Let's take it. Now the goal is to just go to this back point and then capture this one and then win by victory tickets. We could army loss the AI too, but given that there is a sky junk in the air, that might take a bit longer than I would hope for. So we're just sticking with this instead. When are you getting the new computer? Hopefully soon. I don't have an exact date for it, but you know, obviously they're busy with the current launch of Warhammer 3. And they have to sort of build the PC and then figure out how to ship it. But hopefully in a couple weeks. Hopefully, you know, in 1 week, but yeah. We'll see whenever they decide to, or whenever they're available to ship it. But as soon as I get it, we're definitely going to be using it. Are you CA? Are they CA? Who knows? Yeah, it could be anyone. Any one of you in chat could be CA. All right, here we go. So yeah, I think we're more or less fine. We've captured the main back point. No towers are poking away at us. Just a random sky junk and some crossbowmen. Actually, I'm surprised that the AI actually went to capture this point. Usually they're pretty bad about defending their points. quite impressive on the side of the AI today. But we should be fine here. In fact, we might even army loss them before the tickets kick in. Thank you, Dead Like Me. Yes, get everyone in chat paranoid. Alright, actually, what's left? They're very close to army losses here. I guess we'll just sort of sit back, relax in ×4, and chill with chat. CA is one of your favorite abilities in Path of Exile? What is it? Is it just like some sort of AoE? I played a bit of Path of Exiles, but that type of game generally, it doesn't really spark my interest, you know? I've played a bit of Lost Ark too, just with some friends. But yeah, I don't know, I much prefer my strategy games rather than my sort of top-down RPG type games. What's it? Did CA watch Legends stream? He did not hold back. That is very true, yeah, but overall they're not really controlling about your content. Like the policy is pretty loose. It's just don't be a terrible person. So, you know, I think you can even swear and stuff too, and they're fine with it. You can criticize their game. You can say whatever as long as you don't break NDA. So, I'm pretty sure they're totally fine with Legend. But nice. We did it. We did it. Oh, and we can get a Disciple army. Boom. 15 stack instantly. Amazing. Okay. So now we have a bit of a foothold here in the realms of Cathay. We have this random settlement over here. And we can get a cultist. Oh, hey, look at that. We can get the cultist that I always wanted. Nice. So let's go ahead and get her. She's going to go into this army and give it some support. And we also have the replenishment building. So overall, pretty sweet. Now, one thing I'm tempted to do, this army over here is pretty sick. But I think Operation Annihilate Cathay is actually a bit more important. So as much as this sort of hurts me, it actually doesn't very much. We're going to get rid of this army here. And we're going to relocate it all the way across the world. And then that way we can just conquer Cathay as fast as possible. And just really annihilate them. Legend said he's no longer a partner. Really? Is that the case? I'd be surprised if that's the case. I thought there was like some shenanigans and stuff a long time ago, but I don't want to like spread any rumors about that. But you know, I'm sure there's reasons. We won't go into any of the drama. We're not a drama channel over here, guys. We just play Warhammer. So I'll stay away from that minefield. Anyways, what do we got over here? So we have an extra army, and they're just gonna start sniping out a bunch of these minor settlements. Should be pretty straightforward. Let's see. You know what? Yeah, we'll just move them up over here. How do the other factions gather the souls? I guess, I don't know. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird situation, right? For some reason, all the other factions are also going for souls, despite the advisor seemingly not being with them. Maybe the advisor's just triple crossing us, right? And he's actually just helping everyone. That might be the case, but I'm not too sure myself. Okay, so we're gonna wait one turn, and then we're gonna get this lord, and she's going to start recruiting heavily from this province. Nice. Do we need the pottery? Let's see. We're gonna get spawn of Slaanesh, some demonettes. Yeah, I guess we can keep the pottery. Okay. All right. Here we go. We've established a foothold, and all of our efforts are going to be for conquering Cathay now. Our home base has been abandoned. What's it? Legend doesn't want early access for games anymore because it's too stressful. Interesting. But he got it for Warhammer 3, right? I'm like 99% sure he got early access for Warhammer 3, but you know, whatever he wants. Okay. So we'll play this battle. We might lose our extra supporting army, but that should be fine. Anyone here play Lost Ark? I played a little bit. You know, it's fine. It's you know, if you enjoy Path of Exiles, you'll very likely enjoy Lost Ark. Seduce? Oh, too slow on the draw again. Yeah, maybe one day we'll seduce units, but not today. Yeah, too slow. Too slow, Shankster. Next time, next time. That was close though. You caught me by like, you're only a few seconds off, really. Oh man, one day chat will get me to seduce units. I've only done it a handful of times in this campaign. Now, here's the thing. We might lose this army. It doesn't actually matter too much because we're just mostly looking to trade into all of these Cathay units. Yeah, we just want to trade well into them. We do have a ton of chariots though. That should be able to get a good amount of damage, especially on the crossbows. Oh, and cavalry. Alright. Why are we talking about sandwiches in chat? I look away for 1 second and chat becomes a sandwich fest. Is there new old faction stuff? There is a bit of new old faction stuff in that the older factions got a few updates to their abilities. But overall, it doesn't seem like there's any major changes. Just like a few balance things here and there, and that's it. Okay, so chariots, you know, they're doing all right. This is a bit of a mess right now. I should probably disengage from here, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's go ahead and pull back. And I guess our main focus... Our main focus is taking out the range units. That'll make it much easier for Nakari to just sort of A-move into these armies. And then all the halberds we'll kill off with good old magic for the main army. Oh, what the? Oh, hey, nice. Nightbot saved us again from the spam bots. How wonderful. Okay, anyways, this battle isn't too consequential, so I'm just gonna ×4 through most of it, probably. I wish I had a few spells to throw down on these guys. You know, maybe a pendulum here or there, but, you know, this is fine. Sip saying, what did I miss? Well, we finally got into Cathay. The Grand Cathay invasion has begun. And we're set to sort of have 2 or 3 armies operational in there at the same time. The goal is to wipe out the faction in their entirety and then try to steal their demon soul things. I don't know if it's actually true that you can steal the souls, but I heard somewhere that you could, so we're gonna try it out just to see how that goes. And yeah, that's basically the state of the campaign right now. We're just sort of doing our mass invasion here. And it's going pretty well. We've taken Nangao already. Is it Sip or is it Sipe? I don't know how to actually say your name, sorry. Oh man, this cycle charging over here is so janky. So dead artillery units do actually block your chariots pretty hard. You have to be a little bit careful about that. Just imagine a good old mammoth Norskin T-bone steak. I feel like it would be a bit meaty though, right? I feel like Norskin mammoths are pretty muscular. Maybe it's just me though? No, I don't think it's Simp. I'm pretty sure it's not Simp. Oh my goodness, Pontifex. Oh, it's a pretty good trades. What? We traded about 1-1. Of course we lost all of our chariots, but not too bad. I'm just happy that we dealt with most of the archers. Nice. You only... What's it? We're talking about steak greater than me. That's the point. Oh, I see. They have lots of fat for the winter. It's true. It's true. I could see a bit of that. But, like, how fatty would it be? Because, like, when I think mammoths, I think elephants. Maybe I'm just wrong with that sort of comparison. I might just be terribly wrong with that. Had, what's it? Oh man, chat's going crazy right now. Oh, we got another bot. Let me just go ahead and snipe that one out. Report spam. Okay, now where are we looking at here? So we got Nakari. We finally got our turn of healing, which is quite good. go ahead and embed our extra mobility source, and let's start annihilating these armies. Nice. Now we don't have anything to deal with the war balloons, but that's sort of fine. Man, we got everyone's talking about chat now. Got people talking about musk ox. We got lizard men. I think lizard men probably taste like chicken. I don't know. Is that too conventional? I feel like it is, right? Seduce. Too late again. Too late again. I was distracted by the talk of what lizard men tasted like. I feel like it'd be a little bit more. It'd be like chicken plus something. I don't think it'd just be chicken. I feel like lizard men, they'd have a little bit more going on, you know? Like sort of like there'd be a lot of meatiness in there than just chicken, but who knows? Maybe that's just me. I feel like someone in chat can come up with a better mix of things. Do we have any chefs in chat? We might. At 200 people? Who knows? Alright, here we go. We're sniping out their lord. We did the giant pendulum. I think we're basically set in this battle. Okay, nice. And then we just watch the war balloons slowly rout away. Slowly but surely, as the leadership ever so slightly breaks from looking at there being no ground units. They can't even land either, so they're just sort of poking away at me for the rest of the battle. I guess we just back up over here and wait for them to run away. This is a weird situation. I wish we had like maybe just one range unit for Slaanesh. Is that too much to ask for? Do we need an outpost for that? Wait, all reptiles taste like chicken? Is that actually it? Well, you know, I guess chicken are the descendants of dinosaurs, right? So I guess that does sort of make sense. Yeah, maybe it's just all chicken. Chicken all the way down. I can live with that. I feel like a Norskin mammoth steak could actually... That does sound pretty sick, right? Just for how meaty it is. Okay, there we go. Look at them. Just floating away now. Alright. Pretty good battle. Pretty good. Oh, it could be like turkey. Oh, yeah, that's quite nice. Yeah. Yeah, greenskins. Eating greenskins is vegetarian. What's it? Lore Master of Sotek said somewhere that in lore, they're insulted that humans don't eat them. Or there was at least one greenskin that was insulted about that. I imagine greenskins to taste sort of like probably a pretty pungent mushroom is what I'd imagine. Okay, so pretty good fight. Hey, and they get annihilated, so we don't have to worry about future balloon fights. That's good. And over here, we can finally get our second army going. Very, very nice. Gonna embed our hero. And she is going to spam out, I guess, Exalted Demonettes. We have the funds for it. And I could get some soul grinders in here too. Now that does use up most of my money, but I'm sure it's going to be worth it. And we're going to get a lot of money from winning battles with Nakari too. Rabbit tastes like chicken? Does it? With a lot of little bones? Oh, that's a little bit sad to think about, but I guess that is the nature of eating meat, isn't it? Okay, what is this? Pretty straightforward battle. Nice! It begins! Yeah, lots of different random niche animals in there. You know, this kangaroo. There's, I don't know. A bunch of different fish that you can eat. Lots of flavors. What's it? It was a goblin who was talking about how humans and greenskins got along great. Yeah, because they're just fighting each other all the time. They fought and ate each other. Man, the greenskins. Greenskins are great. They're probably one of the happiest factions in all of Warhammer lore. They just really like what they do, you know? You can really respect them. So they're not as vicious as many of the other factions, except for I guess goblins. Goblins can be pretty messed up. But overall, right, I think the greenskins might be the most wholesome out of everyone. As weird as it is to say that. How do they kill rabbits to eat? Oh yeah. Yeah, no, the hunting of animals can be pretty gnarly, but it is sort of well, you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. No comment. No comment. We're not gonna say anything that is even remotely controversial in this chat. Maybe a little bit controversial, but not too controversial. Now, when it comes to eating meat, already that's, you know, that's already a bit of a discussion. All right, nice. I think we just wait for this balloon to route now. As someone who loves pet rats, you wouldn't be able to eat a rodent. Oh yeah. Yo, pet mice and rats are pretty sick. They're real cute if, you know. Because like when people think about rats and mice, they think about, you know, in the wild, just like covered in filth and so on. But like you know, pet rats and mice are just like little fluff balls. It's like hamsters with the tail. Actually, you know, I'm a little bit hungry right now too. Just having this here discussion. We've probably all eaten some spiders. I'm pretty sure that's a myth, but you know, we've definitely eaten a lot of insects, that's for sure. Like just walking outside in the middle of summer is an easy way to eat a bunch of flies. Yeah. Like, you know, there's just random piles of flies that just like love hovering around head height. It's terrible. You bet hamster tastes good? Oh man, that'd be sad. Probably too many bones though. Probably way too many bones. Maybe like a hamster blend. That's a bit sad though. Usually we don't eat too many of our domestic pets, but it does happen here and there around the world. You ate some insects accidentally at some point? Oh yeah, we all ate some insects as an accident. That's for sure, yeah. Oh man, I have a terrible, yeah, there was one point, my cousin, they had a, what's it, like a drink, like a soda can. And it was like, you know, this was back before the pandemic, so there was a barbecue. And we were just chilling outside. And a bee had flown into their drink. And I'm pretty sure they drank the bee. And they got stung just like no tomorrow. It was absolutely brutal. I don't think I ever saw it, but this is a story that's sort of been told. I think I was like super young. But yeah, they sort of just downed it completely. It was... Oh man. I don't think I've ever been stung by a bee before. But to have it in your mouth would probably be one of the worst places. You've tried guinea pig in Peru? It's like a very bony chicken. Nice, nice. I remember when I was a kid, this was like early middle school. There was like a beehive, I think. And for whatever reason, all the kids in the playground just really wanted to throw rocks at it. Did anyone else have this in your childhood? Is this just a normal behavior to want to throw rocks at beehives? Because I feel like that might be more common than I think. Alright, so we're just gonna let Nikari bust down this gate, and then we should be good. Should be good. This garrison isn't too strong. Oh, stung by a bee on the shin bone? Oh, it wasn't that painful. Okay. Well, I guess it is just, you know, the sting just goes into, like, it's not like it goes into your bone, right? So that does make life a little bit easier for you. Oh, what's it? You had a competition about who could run through between a bunch of beehives and to see if you got stung. Oh, dang. Okay. Yeah, but as long as you're not like throwing rocks at the beehives, you should more or less be safe from most stings, I think. Bees overall aren't too vicious unless you're really picking a fight with them, at least in my experience. Hornets though, different story. Terrible creatures. Oh my goodness, hornets are the worst. I think in Japan they have giant hornets, right? I think that's where I saw that. Terrifying. Don't mess with bald face hornets. Oh dear. You've been scared of bees since then? Yeah. Generally, I have like a mild fear of bugs, but overall they don't bother me too much, thankfully. Yeah, I really like, as long as it's not flying in my face, I'm generally pretty happy. Is there a wall here? Why can't I move there? That's a bit strange. Whatever. But yeah, we're just gonna cheese our way through the settlement real quick. We could sort of just fight them with our hero squad, but this should be a lot faster. Giant flying cockroaches. Yeah, we have that in Vietnam. It's terrifying. It's one of the reasons why I don't go back to Vietnam very often. Yeah, I'm happy with what we have in Canada. You know, everything here is pretty tame. If it's going to hurt you, it's probably a very large creature like a moose. That's a lot more comfortable to deal with. Yeah, cockroaches though that can fly, that's a little bit more it's a little bit more terrifying, isn't it? Recommended campaign? I'd say Cathay. Cathay has a really fun campaign. Yeah, pretty nice auto resolves too. The mix of units give you a lot of variety. I would say they're probably up there. Yeah, in the Middle East, yeah. In any warm climate, for some reason, just insanely huge insects for who knows why. Alright, pretty nice battle. Or bears. Yes, there's also bears. Are you Kislev? Well, I don't think we fully embody Kislev. We're half Kislev. Really though, Canada is the land of the Dark Elves, right? Geographically, that's where it matches up the best. Oh yes, that's true. Yeah, the most dangerous thing almost everywhere is cars. Unless you're living in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, cars are terrifying. Yeah, I'm happy that to stream and stuff, I don't have to be driving around too much. Oh hey, nice. We got Nightbot with the messages. I can probably remove that message now. I was just testing out some Nightbot functionalities, but yeah, if you do exclamation mark how zoom, it should send you guys over. It'll give you a link to how I zoom out further in battles. It's the good old debug camera. Really, really good. Once you use the debug camera, it's very hard to go back. Although I've heard a few people that really don't like it. Cars are the dominant life form in Germany. I don't think I've ever been to Germany. I feel like that'd be a cool place to go at some point. Although for me, generally I don't travel too much. I very much enjoy just my staycations. Alright. Great, now we have Nightbot just spamming chat. Okay, next turn. What's it? Is there any way to make the camera move faster when it's higher up? If you hold shift, you can move it faster, but there's also a few settings you can play around with to make it scroll by faster. Malice is running Canada. Yep. Yeah, he is. He's running Ontario. All right. I think we're good. I think I've caught up with chat. Okay, so question is, nice. Oh wait, no, what's it? Miao Ying actually went into the realms of corn. Okay, so we have to hunt her down, guys. So Miao Ying went into the realms of corn. So we're going to go and face her there. We're going to enter the Blood God's domain. And we're gonna try and catch her out. This is it, guys. This is it. So there she is, the lady herself. We need to try and catch her. Now, if she goes after this army, that makes life a lot harder. But if she goes after this one, we should be able to just annihilate her and then we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Oh man, this is gonna be quite the interception, but fingers crossed it goes all right. What does this do? Target army in enemy territory, just some corruption. Okay, that's not too good. All right, fingers crossed this goes all right. And also, I'd love to get me some cavalry units, so let's go ahead and get that building. You need to seduce? Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll seduce one of her armies. Why not? Yeah, get your A game on. All right, here we go. This is it. This is where we make or break it. If we don't kill her here, then life's rough. All right, here, guys. Here's your seduction. Here, what do we want here? You know, I could get some blood crushers. That's actually pretty fun. You know, some elite cavalry. Yeah, you know what? Let's get some blood crushers. Here, are you guys happy? Look, I clicked the button, okay? It's done. We've successfully used the seduction mechanic. Enticity, didn't check after you finish your Kislev campaign, but do rifts stay closed after the final battle? What do you mean by the final battle? Like the final battle? I don't know. I haven't actually completed a campaign yet. Okay. Here we go. So we got a fun battle ahead of us. We're mostly going to be using our heroes over here, but I will use some of my cavalry. And actually, the Realms of Khorne, strangely enough, are a pretty nice place to heal. The reason being is that they do have those sort of points scattered around the battlefield. Those sort of white glowy areas. And if you do step onto those, you will heal to max. So, pretty useful. Pretty useful. Okay. Can you increase funds for seduction above 3k? I think you can, but I'm not sure exactly where. Alright, hopefully we can aggro Miaoying towards us though, because if she runs away from us, like, it might just be a merry-go-round forever, and that would be a bit of a problem if we can't actually catch her. Because she can pretty easily outpace us if we're not careful. Your army looks wrecked? Ah, you know, it's fine. Where are the heal points? It's sort of like just white glowy beacons on the campaign map. But you know, I really only need 2 units for this army to function well. Of course, the soul grinders and cavalry are nice, but I don't really need them. There's skill points and tech for it? Yeah. I think there's a bug with one of the researches though, right? That just absolutely break the seduction mechanic, and then it won't work anymore, from what I've heard. So you do have to be a bit careful about that. Okay, nice. So we've surrounded a Bloodthirster. That should go down to Nakari pretty easily. And over here, we're just going to pendulum those Exalted Bloodthirsters down. Alright. Pretty cool. Pretty cool so far. These battles are a bit scary, though, because we've had a few Urson War events. So they are... what's it? It seems like the armies over here get stronger and stronger each time you go into the Realms of Chaos. Alright, let's go ahead and get another... we'll save our Winds of Magic. The portals still appear after the final battle. Oh yeah, that's a bit weird. That's a bit strange, isn't it? I guess it does let you teleport around the map, which is pretty cool, and you can still maybe go into the Realms of Chaos if you want to collect things, but that is a little bit strange. Yeah, from what I've heard, I don't think too much changes after you actually beat the campaign. I think a lot sort of stays the same, but I might be wrong on that. Like I said, I haven't actually completed a campaign. Okay, got a little pendulum in the distance there. And nice. What is this? Ashes and Dust. Big old direct damage spell. Let's plop it right on top of all of that. Okay. It's a pretty good spell. Pretty good spell. Why are you playing Slaanesh? Because I enjoy playing Slaanesh. Yeah, I really like mobility type play styles. So Slaanesh is sort of a perfect match for me. Alright, Nakari, this one's on you. That Bloodthirster is going to be a little bit of a menace, but I think we should be fine here. Let's go ahead and bring in my cavalry to deal with dogs. And I just got to keep an eye on those soul grinders to make sure they don't get killed off by those minotaurs. Come on, get that Bloodthirster. Let's see, and I'll put my caster in this flank. Legend said nothing changes, but you get Be'lakor. Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. I was hoping that there'd be a little bit more, but, you know, what can you do? It's a weird thing, because not a lot of people really complete campaigns. But maybe people aren't completing campaigns because CA don't incentivize it enough. So who knows? Also, this forest position is sort of terrible for me. I want to get out of there so my units can fight a bit better, preferably. Come on, Nakari, get out of there. It's a bit of a sketchy position. Thankfully, the Bloodthirster didn't actually land because of a glitchy attack animation. And you know what? We can take our fight mostly in here, right? Shouldn't be too bad. And can we get the Bloodthirster to land? It looks like that is a nada. Man, I really hope CA fix up their unit control. There are a few things that they changed, it seems, where the units don't control as well as they used to. I don't know what exactly they changed, but definitely the units, they, like, a lot of the range units will sort of shuffle around weirdly before they can actually shoot. And a lot of the flying units are just super janky now. Definitely something for them to look into for the future patches. Can't complain, you can't even win the campaign. Okay, well, I guess that's a different thing. Yeah, there are a few things that make it difficult. Like, once you have your main army sort of running off in the realms of chaos, you do run into a little bit of an issue where your home base is a bit at risk while you're out and about. So it's not exactly a cakewalk. I've had a few Kislev runs where I've had to reset entirely too. Yeah, the Luminarch. You guys think the Luminarch is in an even worse position than it was before? Oh dear, it might be. Oh boy, poor thing. Yeah, Luminarch. I hope the Luminarch gets a bit of a pick-me-up. It's been in the dumps for far too long. One of the worst units in all of Warhammer. It's pretty sad. Okay, but nice. So we got that army. We did lose nothing. Very good. And we're just hoping that Miao Ying attacks us. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. You finished Warhammer 2 campaigns a bunch of times, but you never played Vortex. Yeah, I think I only beat like 1 or 2 Vortex campaigns. And the second time was just to get an achievement. And okay, here we go. Where's Miao Ying? I think she went the other direction. I think she went away from us. Yeah, Kislev is a little bit... It's hard to find a good stronghold, is sort of the problem with them. Hey, nice, look at that. So I think she killed off that army. So one thing... Yeah, we're just gonna hit her. We're gonna pick up this, this healing point. And then we're gonna book it out of the realms of chaos. Nice. And we also have to win this battle, of course, too, which might be a bit difficult, but, you know, we should be fine. Alright, so while we load in, I'm just going to be back in a quick second. Make sure to stay hydrated, guys, and stretch your legs. Alright, here we go. Here we go. So, what do we got? Got some war balloons. Seduce. Oh, we forgot to seduce again. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, we got 1 seduction off. That's gotta be good enough, right? Alright, so I want to take minimal losses. I really don't want to lose these soul grinders. But yeah, I think with our caster and some pendulums, we should be fine here. The triple terracotta is a bit frightening, but nothing a bit of cycle charging can't fix. Or at least in Vortex, you could ignore the actual campaign. Yeah, this one's sort of weird. It feels like Warhammer 3 doesn't have a proper sandbox mode yet, right? I feel like that's a bit of a missed opportunity, but that's sort of what Mortal Empires is for anyways. So, you know, we sort of just wait for that. And then we'll get the true Warhammer experience. The ultimate sandbox. Alright, what's this? Magma Storm? Oh my goodness, yeah, Magma Storm is insane. Yeah, we gotta blob these guys up real fast. Yeah, Magma Storm is this one will delete units off the battlefield if you do it right. And then I think we're pretty good here. Yeah, it's a decent cast of it. Sure, I'm fine with it. Just give rewards for collecting the souls. That would be pretty cool. Alright, so pretty good Magma Storm. Yao Ying is trying to get in onto the fight. We can just sort of ignore her and go on our merry way after that. Very punishing AoE. Carrot's gonna fly away from that dragon. And it looks like the army's actually progressing towards us now. So first things first, we probably want to hunt down the cavalry. Man, why am I so fast? 173 speed? What did I do? Is it because the Lore of Shadows is in the thing? I don't know. But sure, I'll take it. Yeah, a sandbox mode for Vortex map. Honestly, we just need a few campaign settings. I guess it's pretty likely that there'd be a mod for it. But it's yeah, a bit of a missed opportunity, I feel. Because Warhammer really is best played as a sandbox game. You know, just conquering and painting the map. I think that's what most people really do enjoy doing. Okay, now Miao Ying's probably pretty decked out, and I have to be a little bit careful about fighting her in direct melee, especially with how beat up Nakari is. Yeah, let's go ahead and pull back just a tiny bit. I don't want to fight Miao Ying and a terracotta at the same time. That seems like a recipe for disaster. And instead we're just going to hunt down some infantry folks over here so that we can trigger Nakari's healing passive. Campaign forces you to basically... Yeah, this campaign really encourages you to just blob up and make a doom stack, right? Because then from the doom stack you really just you can take the demon souls really easily, and then you're sort of set. I think once this campaign sort of gets figured out, a lot of people will just want to play conquest styles. But that's one thing that I'm really excited in testing out, because I feel like you can play a conquest campaign if you can steal souls from defeated factions. Because then you can just ignore the main campaign mechanic and just go off on your own and capture a ton of territory, which is way more fun. Okay, so I think Miao Ying's about to go down. We have a big old debuff over here that we can drop. And I guess I don't know. There's not a lot of good places to really use it, sadly. I guess we can just pop it down over here in a second. Yeah, let's do that. With Miao Ying down, we should be seeing quite a few easy routes here on a lot of these guys. Yeah, those peasant horsemen are having a hard time. Very, very good. So, Miao Ying is down, which means we no longer really have to worry about... we don't really have to worry about her taking the demon souls anymore. Because after you go into one realm, I think you can't go into another. That might be true. So as long as that holds up, we should be good for the next, like, 30 odd turns. If we win this battle, that is. You liked most Warhammer 2 DLC campaigns? Oh yeah, the DLC campaigns are great because they don't really focus on the Vortex. You can just go and sort of have fun and do whatever. I'm like really excited to see how CA do that this time around, because I feel like they could do that quite well. Because they'll sort of be dedicated, super unique campaigns for this map. For the, I don't know what you call this campaign. the Urson map. I don't know, but yeah, that'd be really sick. That'd be great. Okay, I think we've won this battle. I just have to get a few more kills on this front line. The archer should crumble quite quickly, and then it's just a matter of cycle charging the terracottas with Nakari, and we'll be fine. Although still a little bit sketchy. Balance of power says that things are even, which is a good sign for me. I should also get these soul grinders out of here before they all get killed off. Why is there a tear in the sky? That's my special army ability thing. Like when you're in the realms of chaos, when you cast spells, you build up a meter here. And from there, you can cast some pretty cool spells. Yeah, the realms of chaos you're super juiced up in the realms of chaos if you have a good enough caster. Because of that. I'd love to get this healing too, but I don't think we'll be able to. Okay, nice. I think we army lost them? No, not quite yet. Yeah, but we're more or less there. Let's see, I just need to cast one more spell and we should be able to get a pretty nasty heal going. Yeah, the story is a pretty cool anchor, yeah. I'd say so. Okay, nice. Here we go. Massive heal. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So that'll pull everything out from being at risk of dying. Nice. And we can sort of just move our way through the rest of this battle. Very, very good. Oof. All right. So that's Miao Ying's army out of the way. And we can sort of leave the realms of chaos as soon as we heal up to get back into her territory. Start wiping her out. But yeah, overall, I think overall they did a pretty good job with this campaign mode. I just still really prefer the sandbox style of things. What graphics card do I have? I have a 1080 Ti. If you change your settings well enough, you can get the game looking pretty good. Just make sure you turn off shadows, anti-aliasing, and VFX detail. Those ones eat your processing power the most out of everything. Sadly, we did lose a soul grinder, but that's sort of okay. Okay, so yeah, she's out of there. We don't have to worry about Miao Ying anymore. And let's see, I guess we could just leave right now. I'd love to get this healing though. Yeah, let's go for it. I'm gonna be a bit greedy. Let's pick up the healing and then we'll leave. Okay, nice. Increased mobility, very good. Oh, actually, wow, she got a lot of levels. I don't know. We'll pick up some armor too. Yeah, 1080 Ti is like good enough to run the game at a good speed. If you have any less, you'll have to go a bit lower. Here are my actual graphic settings. You can, you know, pause and take a look. But you can see you can max out a few things on Ultra. It's mostly just the shadows. If you turn on shadows, you're in for a very rough time. Yeah, shadows are brutal, and VFX is brutal too. You have to be a bit careful. Okay, nice. So operation successful then. Yeah, Miao Ying just got she got wrecked. So we can bail out of this realm and we're basically good to go. Very nice. 3D portraits? I don't think the 3D portraits do that much to FPS. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they that's not too bad overall. He had a potato computer with a barely okay video card. And the game's running on